Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCAAF.
You're 60 seconds away from more Michigan basketball. But first, a local break here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Or buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NCAA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Get ready for the championship game of this Players Era event. Great to visit with Oscar Goodman, Michigan redshirt freshman. All right, the dunk yesterday. Take me through everything. The drive, the jam, and the aftermath.
I mean, yeah, I caught it. I caught it in the corner. A bunch of the boys were yelling at me to shoot it, but I saw the dude running at me, beat him, and then, yeah, managed to punch one home. So, but yeah.
I know people were giving you a little bit of flack on your celebration, but did you get a chance to see the video of the bench celebration or the chaos around there?
Yeah, that was the first thing I saw. As soon as I looked at the bench, I saw a die, those boys on the ground, and I was kind of like, what is going on, like, this is not real.
No, it was wild. This has been a big team-building opportunity for you guys. How much fun do you guys have with one another so far this year?
Oh my God, it's been awesome. All the boys have welcomed me in, taken me in, embraced our culture, like me, Adai, Malik, and yeah, just made lifelong friends and brotherhood.
It's neat because you've obviously traveled a lot in your basketball career. You probably haven't been as situated as you have been in Ann Arbor for as long as you have. How much has that acclimation helped? Do you feel maybe not like it is your home, but a homely feel to it?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think when I came early in January, I think that helped me a lot, and just knowing my way around and, like you said, that home feeling.
One other play that you had a nice effort on there was that triple team late against San Diego State. You had the great outlet pass to LJ for his jam. Kind of a great synopsis of the defensive effort. What has it been about this defensive effort here this week that's been so successful?
I think our communication has taken a real jump. I think the past few games it's kind of been get there but not quite there, and then I think just our overall intensity and just the want to get the ball and get out in transition, I think that's been a big thing for us.
These quick 24-hour preps going from San Diego State to Auburn, everybody knew Auburn was going to be the second opponent. You guys didn't know until basically getting back to the hotel last night in GONZAGA. How do you make sure you get as much information in your mind without trying to go too far and cram like you're trying to get ready for an exam?
I think just trusting the coaches and the scout that they've prepared for us, and then looking at the scout, reading over, and just not taking too much, but enough so that you remember what you need to remember.
That being said, what stands out about Gonzaga? What's important at the top of that list?
I think their experience. They have a really old team, and then obviously just their size, like the size of their bigs. They play 2 5 men, fed the 4-5. But yeah, I think our physicality with Mariz and Adai and Yaks, I think we can really match that.
And you. Don't sell yourself short there either. You've played in some big games, some championship-style games. How important is that for this group to feel something like this? I know there are bigger goals down the road, but this has to be a huge opportunity, no?
Definitely. I think it's a real good taster for what's going to happen in the future, hopefully.
Well, good luck, Oscar. We'll get that title.
Perfect. Thank you.
There's Oscar Goodman. Much more to do here on the pregame show. We'll come back with Robin Joyce's out-of-town scoreboard check next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
It's time to put your acting skills to the test in Hush Money at Saganing Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Every Saturday in November from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., guests will team up for the Charade Challenge to win a share of $40,000 in cash and premium play. Each hour, 2 lucky players will compete for up to $500 cash, plus nightly bonuses for the most correct guesses. Only at Saganing Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saganing-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Your official home of the Maize and Blue, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready! The year-end sales event is here! Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title taxes and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCL cash, $1,000 open trade assist, and $500 AXZD BFG open bonus cash. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. So right now during the year-end sales event, lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Getting you set for Michigan and Gonzaga from the Players Era Championship game. Good evening, Rob Joyce with you in the network studios with our first look at scores. Compared to the last two nights, quiet Thanksgiving Eve in the Big Ten. Just 3 other games on the docket. Earlier today, USC won its MTE, winning the Maui Invitational, completing a 3-0 event with an 88-75 win over Arizona State. Chad Baker-Mazara, game-high 23 in the victory. He is the event's MVP. The other 2 games involving Big Ten teams are still to come. Tipping alongside us at the bottom of the hour, Iowa plays for an Acrisure Classic title out in California, going up against Grand Canyon. Hawkeyes last night won an entertaining game against Ole Miss behind 29 points from Bennett Sturts. A tie game at the break. Hawkeyes made 6 second-half threes to win by 5. And then both Maryland and Alabama, they've already played a game at midnight Eastern this week. Congrats to both. They get to do it again against one another to wrap up the Wednesday at Players Era. Both teams coming off blowouts last night of opposite varieties. Terps lost by 39 to Gonzaga. The Tide won by 39 over UNLV. That's it for tonight. A lot going on tomorrow in the Big Ten. Oregon and Rutgers, both winless at Players Era, will try to salvage a win during the week. Ducks play the team that knocked them out of the dance last year in Creighton, while the Scarlet Knights take on UNLV. Michigan State plays for a Fort Myers tip-off championship against North Carolina. That is a top 20 matchup tomorrow. Washington and Minnesota. They're playing on opposite sides of an Acrisure-sponsored invitational in Palm Springs that is different than the Acrisure-sponsored invitational in Palm Springs that Iowa is playing to win tonight. Huskies take on Nevada tomorrow. Gophers meet Stanford. Wisconsin and San Diego opening up an MTE against Providence in the Northwestern. A late tip in Chicago tomorrow night against Oklahoma State. Meanwhile, tonight, we're counting it down to the Wolverines and Bulldogs. We'll roam the country next. This is Wolverine basketball from Learfield. Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleufm.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield.
Lions fans have even more to cheer about with the new Detroit Lions games from the Michigan Lottery.
Rah, rah, rah.
Featuring a roster of fan favorites, instant ticket, pull tab, fast cash, and online play, you could win prizes up to $500,000.
Our Lions victory.
The new Detroit Lions games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Fires Wolf on the right wing, splits two, over to Burnett, left wing, a three for the win.
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Looking for resort-style living? Woodland Muse Apartments and Townhomes is located in the heart of Ann Arbor and offers everything you need to feel at home. You can check us out online at woodlandmuse.com or call us at 734-995-1000 to secure your new home today. That's woodlandmuse.com or 734-995-1000. Go Blue!
Minutes to tip from Vegas, Michigan, and Gonzaga both warming up right now. A lot going on nationally, including a couple of games going on right now across the top 25, including a Players Era consolation game. Number 21 Auburn trying to rebound from last night's blowout against 14th-ranked St. John's. Right now, the Johnnies with a 50-43 lead. They are 5 minutes into the second half at Michelob Ultra. Michigan's playing at the MGM Grand Garden, the other arena that they had not played at the first two games. While it's a home bye game for number 6 Louisville against NJIT. All Cardinals midway through the first half. It is 24-9 Louisville. Finals from earlier, third place game in Players Era featured Kansas, a big second half to dispatch with number 17 Tennessee, 81-76. That game was played just before hours. Other games to wrap up include number 3 Houston rebounding from a loss yesterday in Vegas by downing Notre Dame today 66-56. 15th ranked Iowa State had the tough luck as the only 2-0 team to not make the top 4 based on point differential. The Cyclones had to settle for a 3-0 week with a 31-point rout of Syracuse, 95-64. Number 16, Kentucky eased past Tennessee Tech in Lexington, 104-54. 20th ranked Texas Tech blasted New Orleans, 82-50 in Lubbock. And then number 24, Vanderbilt outlasted Western Kentucky in the battle for Atlantis by an 83-74. Final one game still to come. In the 5th place game of the Maui Invitational, 23rd ranked NC State faces Texas. Tip-off for that one coming in a little bit. Some of the notable games tomorrow. There aren't too many, but there's a good one out in Chicago. Duke and Arkansas, a couple of ranked teams doing battle in the Thanksgiving Classic at United Center. Good one here tonight. Michigan and Gonzaga for the Players Era Championship. We'll take a timeout and we come back, get the pregame thoughts of head coach Dusty May next as you listen to Michigan basketball from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits, we have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
We are a Laurentide winery, founded by Michigan alums Susan and Will Bramer, and proud to bring you amazing wines made in Leelanau from 100% Michigan-grown grapes. This season, our award-winning wines debut at Chrysler and Yost Arenas. Laurentide is grateful to be part of your celebrations, dinners, and game day traditions, and each purchase helps support our engineering scholarship fund. Visit our tasting room or explore our wines at shop.laurentidewinery.com. Thank you and go blue.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
And the Wolverines win the Big Ten Tournament Championship, and they forge a lifelong bond.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds. Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, and the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NCAA and the Ad Council.
We're closing in on tip-off, so let's head into the Michigan locker room and hear from head coach Dusty May. With Coach May, here's Brian Bush.
I was joking with Coach Boynton a few weeks back about this setup where you're not going to find out the opponent until late, and he said to me, well, good thing I watch a lot of basketball. How did you structure the prep before knowing in terms of distributing potential opponents to your staff? And obviously the connection of St. Mary's and Justin Joyner made a lot of sense.
I didn't do anything except have conversations with the staff about who is what and this and that. They self-organized it. They split it up, and the staffs are so big now. You have several people. We had our managers, our GAs, everyone just getting reports ready, and then we know the teams, a lot of the coaches in this tournament. So we've traded reports, we've traded information. Fortunately, it came down with Gonzaga, and having Coach Joyner, who's very familiar, is certainly an advantage for us because he's obviously competed against those guys for a number of years. So obviously personnel changes, and we don't have the same personnel every year either, but it should be an interesting game. There's such a great program. It's a well-oiled machine, so we'll see how we stack up.
You've never been a head coach against Mark Few, but your last 2 years as an assistant at Florida, 2 great games, split 1 apiece. What'd you glean from that? What do you know about Mark Few, how he operates?
Well, they have a very, very good plan for everything. They've been doing it so long, and their system hasn't changed much. It changes a little bit, but for the most part, so they have built-in contingencies for whatever you throw at them. We've got to do a good job of taking care of the paint, and they're 2 big guys. They play through them, and because of those 2 guys, because of how they play and what they teach, those guys are able to create a lot of advantages for their teammates, but they're constantly putting pressure on the rim, and we have to do a good job of making sure we're changing ends the right way and anticipating what's happening next, but it's going to take a real team effort.
The value of this team experiencing this week and also now playing for a championship. Last year, the Thanksgiving tournament, there was a day in between of the 2 games in Fort Myers. How valuable is this? How can you apply it moving forward?
Well, you're learning so much about your team. We're seeing different styles of play from different regions of the country, and every team has their own things that you test your work in the off season. Have we prepared our guys to see something that the other team's never done before because of what you've taught as far as spacing and concepts? So when you play 3 games in 3 days, you don't have time to add a lot of new things offensively. You can make a few tweaks, but for the most part, you have to rely on the foundation that you've built up to this point. So hopefully we've trained well enough in the summer and the fall to be prepared for whatever's thrown at us today.
Good luck, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brian.
Here's head coach Dusty May. We'll get Terry's keys to victory, then the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. Wolverines and the Gonzaga Bulldogs play for a Players Era Tournament Championship. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party, or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Sports betting can be fun, just like football. There's excitement, winning. But imagine that sports betting is a 300-pound lineman coming straight at you. For tips that will help keep you on your feet, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
This Michigan season is all about teamwork, on and off the court. That's why we're thrilled to have Founders Brewing Company as a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Founders has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like Michigan Pilsner, their hazy IPA Mortal Bloom, and of course All-Day IPA right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Celebrate every three-pointer and slam dunk with the perfect pour of Founders. Learn more about Founders and where to find your go-to game day beer at foundersbrewing.com.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the court, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
When you're on the move and looking for nonstop college sports action, get the Varsity Network app and take the game with you everywhere. Stream live play-by-play from schools across the country right from your phone, free. Catch hundreds of weekly podcasts, including shows from your favorite teams, all in one place. From football Saturdays to midweek hoops, it's your all-access pass to the college sports world. Whether it's game day or just your daily drive, the Varsity Network app has you covered. Download now and listen live for free on the Varsity Network app.
Anthem concludes here in Las Vegas. We are moments away from the championship game. Michigan, after throttling San Diego State and Auburn, squares off with Gonzaga, who knocked off Alabama, then bludgeoned Maryland in their first two games. Terry Mills, it's a chance at a championship in this new world of college basketball. It's also for an extra $500,000 worth of additional NIL opportunities. How do the Wolverines get that money, get that title, and get to 7-0?
Well, defensively, they got to play defense without fouling. Show your hands at all times. Continue to believe and trust in that game plan, and verbal communicate on all switch and rotations. Michigan has been excellent on defense in these last two ball games. Number two, offensively, you got to continue to dominate in the paint. Go to your strengths. Michigan has done a good job at sharing that basketball, at passing up good shots to get better shots. So Michigan must continue to shoot the ball with confidence and continue to play that way. And last but not least, Michigan has to, and I must say have to, take care of that basketball. They cannot beat themselves. That's been a big difference, in my opinion, in the Michigan turning this thing all around, is that they haven't beat themselves. When they turn the ball over, they beat themselves. So Michigan's got to take care of that basketball.
Those are Terry's keys to victory. Michigan did really good work with that from a turnover standpoint in the win over Auburn. Wolverines, they only coughed it up 10 times in that ball game as the Wolverines won it 102-72. Those are Terry's keys to victory. Time now for the starting lineups First for the men from Spokane, Washington, it's the Gonzaga Bulldogs, 7-0, 5 wins over KenPom top 100 teams already. The point guard is Mario St. Superi. He is from Spain, has played some national basketball with Spain, and he played a little bit with Adai Mara back in the 2023 FIBA under-18s. Adam Miller, former Fighting Illini player all the way back in the bubble season of 2020-2021. He is now in his 6th season at his 4th school. At the 3 spot, it's Tyon Grant Foster, who was granted an extra year of eligibility. He collapsed during a game multiple times, had 2 heart surgeries. He had to wait late until an injunction granted him an opportunity to play, and he's averaged 12 points a ball game, and this is his 5th start of the season. He's making the most of it. On the interior, the Gonzaga's leading scorer and the 2nd leading scorer among active Division I players, Graham Ike. He mans the 4 spot. And the man in the middle is Braden Huff, a redshirt junior who has shot 83% and averaged 20 points a game over his last 3. The Bulldogs play for 27th year head coach Mark Few, one of the best in the business. He has led Gonzaga to 25 regular season and 21 tournament championships in the West Coast Conference. And of course, he led Gonzaga to the national championship game in both 2017 and 2021. Jalen Suggs and the Bulldogs stunned that UCLA team that shocked Michigan in the Elite 8 in the Final Four. For the Michigan Wolverines, number 7 in the AP poll, 6th in the coaches poll. Both these teams are going to rise next week. It's a matter of how much here this year. Point guard is Elliot Cadeau. He's trying to get things going. He's had exactly 1 assist in each of his last 4 ball games after starting with 21 in the first 2. At the 2 spot, Namari Burnett, 5 offensive rebounds here in Vegas, 3 triples at a season-high 15 points in just 19 minutes last night. At the 3 spot, Michigan's leader in scoring in each of the first 2 games here. On the strip, Yaxel Lendeborg. He's played more than any Wolverine, but it's only about 53 total minutes. Michigan's not had a single player log more than 27 minutes in a single game this week. Morez Johnson Jr., 15 points on just 7 attempts yesterday. He was outstanding. Boy, he's 1 assist away from already matching his overall total from last year while he was with Illinois. The man in the middle is Adai Mara. His first 2 ball games, 30 points, 25 rebounds, and 10 blocks. He struggled a little bit since statistically. Last 4 games, 28 points, so 7 a contest, 32 rebounds, 8 a game, and just 7 blocks. The head coach is Dusty May. In his 2nd season with the Wolverines, 33-10. He led Michigan to that Fort Myers tip-off championship last year. That was 2 wins in 3 days. Looking for another Thanksgiving championship here in 3 games in 3 days. He's 159-79 overall. Rest of the staff, Mike Boynton Jr., Akeem Miskadeen, Justin Joyner, Drew Williamson, and Kyle Church. Our officials here tonight, it's Keith Kimball, Jeb Hartness, and Gregory Nixon here tonight in Las Vegas. With the national champion Terry Mills and our host Rob Joyce, I'm Brian Bush. Thanksgiving Eve, a lot to be thankful for. Michigan looking to get greedy and get some more money and a championship tonight.
Yeah, why not? It's a lot at stake here, and hey, why not get it? This is what we came here for. This was a business trip. This wasn't a fun trip to come out here and gamble or anything like that. And Michigan is taking care of business for the most part.
So the Wolverines come out in their white jersey tops and bottoms. Gonzaga in their blues with Gonzaga in a straight line in white across the chest. Adai Mara ready to jump it up against Graham Ike, 7'3" versus 6'9". Ball up into the air and slap back to Elliot Cadeau, Michigan. We'll start with the basketball. And boy, it feels like a hush now because the music is off. Right wing Lendeborg tries a 3, rattles it home, and Michigan starts quickly, 3-0, 12 seconds in.
Yeah, I tell you what, Michigan dialed him up right away. You've seen him run that Allen Iverson type screen there, and Jackson's ready to fire away.
Huff, handoff to Mario St. Superi. Has it in between the rings, push pass right pocket Huff. Now Sue St. Piri, kick it back over Huff, right wing a 3, well short, yet Lendeborg rips down the left-handed rebound for the Wolverines. Lendeborg feeds the post, high block left, Mara, skip pass right wing Burnett, now Lendeborg at the left point, drifts left wing, takes it left baseline, shot off, delivers Cadeau. Ponders a three. Feed it low block left, Mara. Banging against Huff. One dribble spin. Hook with a left hand and a score from 5 feet away. 5-0 Michigan. And we're at the 1 minute mark in right now.
Yeah, it's good to get Mara established right away. And love when Mara can catch that basketball, feel comfortable, and deliver.
Tyon Grant Foster controlling that Gonzaga basketball. Now to Huff, right elbow. Backing down against Mara. Push pass right wing. 3-ball up and good from Adam Miller. The former Fighting Illini and the former Mr. Basketball in Illinois gives Gonzaga its first points. 5-3 Michigan. Right side, Burnett. Feed it into Johnson. Goes up bad intentions. Lays it up. Yes, count it in a foul. He met Tyon Grant Foster at the rim. And that's child's play for Merez. 7-3. One more coming to the line for Johnson.
Yeah, partner, I know I asked you yesterday about him finishing around the basket. He has got to have the most conventional and ones with finishing around the basket.
Pretty remarkable, isn't it? During the week and a half break, I'll see if I can find you that stat.
Yeah, please do.
My goodness, he's been awesome. Wolverines 7, Zags 3, free throw up, and it rattles home. Speaking of awesome, Johnson 62% from the line last year. That makes him 18 for 21, approaching 90% in that category. Young on the season, but still starting to become a swelled sample size. Right point, EK possesses for the Bulldogs at 7-0. Now St. Superi drives in, reverses with left hand on the left block and misses it short. Adimara rips out that eye-high rebound. Ahead Lendebourg, catch and shoot right pocket three. Rattles it in again. Michigan sizzling to start. It's 11-3 Wolverines. That three-pointer brought to you by Citgo Top Tier Tri-Clean Gasoline. Michigan fans, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go.
Yeah, and that's what makes this team so exciting is they don't care who scores the basketball. They just want to win. They want to advance that basketball, share it.
EK short on a 3-foot floater. Other side, Cadeau left wing. Bricks a three, way too strong. Boarded by Huff for the Zags. That might have been a timeout 3-ball had Cadeau finished it. Spinning, Grant Foster might have walked with it, play on. Now Huff fakes a hand to Miller. Retreats to St. Superi. Skipping along that baseline, Grant Foster, shot fake on the right wing, had a look, didn't take it. Now Miller, up fake, gets Mara off his feet, drives into the paint. Now EK sights up a three and misses it off the heel. Damari Burnett snags it left-handed, hip high.
I tell you, the job Michigan is doing, getting in those gaps defensively is...
Left corner, Lendebourg, 17:05 left first half. Michigan 11, Gonzaga 3. Lendebourg had his pocket picked by Grant Foster, deflects its way to St. Superi. And then he loses it. Cadeau with the rip away, deflects to Lendebourg. Up ahead, Cadeau, 2-on-2. Cadeau takes it all the way, streaks and scores low on the right. 13-3 Michigan. There's the timeout bucket. Mark Few has to stop it after Michigan starts right where it picked up. Back on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, you don't think this team is dialed in and on business. They're standing on business here today, and you just see the focus that this team has.
Wolverines balanced yet again. Lendebourg with a couple of triples. Johnson 3 points, Mara 2, Cadeau 2. And that's been the fascinating thing with Michigan up 13-3 here, a little bit more than 3 minutes in. If you look at the first 6 games, Morez Johnson Jr. is shooting 64% on about 8 attempts a game. Adimara 63% on about 7 attempts a game. And Yaxel Lendebourg 61% on 9 attempts a game. That is a remarkable fluidity and balance, but still high level efficiency.
Yes, it is. And I mean, you got players that get to their spots where they're comfortable with shooting the basketball. You don't see any hesitation. They're worried about more or less trying to set up their teammates for shots because they know where they can score it.
Gonzaga out of the timeout has the basketball. The Zags sticking with the same starting 5 on the floor. Their lone bucket, the triple from Miller. Burnett getting feisty defensively near the half-court line against Miller after the Zags get it across the timeline. Free throw line, Huff leans in, left-hander, got the friendly roll, and it's 13-5, Michigan's lead 8. Michigan quickly the other side. Boy, they want to get going on a make or a miss. Right side of Lendebourg, chugs his way to the right pocket, crosses over on EK. Along that baseline, gets bumped, and it's a foul coming on the Gonzaga star player, Graham EK. That is his first and the Zags' second.
On for the Wolverines, number 11.
First substitution of the ball game here for Michigan. Roddy Gale Jr. chiming in for Adai Mara. 16-19 left, first half, 13-5 Michigan.
Yeah, and just talk about how good Roddy Gale has been.
Been awesome. Right wing, here's Lendeboard, considered a three, kept his left foot down. Now he takes the contested three, misses it short. Knew it was going to miss, but he couldn't secure the rebound. He actually overran it, boarded by Grant Foster right of the lane line. Inside, Ike spins into a triple team and got swatted on a floater by Johnson. Gale comes up with it, had it dislodged out of bounds. It'll stay with Michigan when we come back. But a sterling start yet again for the Maize and Blue. Michigan, 5 of 7 shooting to start. They lead Gonzaga 13-5 with 15:56 to play first half on this, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
A quick 60-second local timeout, then more Wolverines basketball. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready. The year-end sales event is here. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title taxes and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCL cash, $1,000 open trade assist, and $500 AXZD BFG open bonus cash. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. So right now during the year-end sales event, lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
To 5, U of M leading the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, where the mountains go blue. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer. Michigan, 5 of 7 to start. 2 threes from Yaxel Lendeboard to lead everybody with 6. What similarities from the first 2 games have you seen early on tonight, T?
Well, just hanging that hat on that defense once again. You know, just kind of relentless on the defensive end, making Gonzaga take tough shots, and that's that one-and-done mentality. There's no second shot opportunities for Gonzaga. One and done.
We'll see if Michigan can replicate what they did back in 2019. Of course, it was the Battle for Atlantis championship. Juwan Howard's first year as head coach. Michigan rolled the Zags 82-64. Inbound Johnson over to the point. Gale takes it right lane, line high banker. Score it, count it, and a foul. Barreled through a blocking call on Braden Huff. And Roddy Gale Jr. has been awesome here in Las Vegas. 15-5 Michigan.
I'll tell you what, he's playing with so much confidence right now that he just gives you that extra punch coming off of that bench. I mean, no hesitation that he was taking him to the cup.
Gale at the stripe, bends the knees, sights it, and scores it. Now 16 of 19, 84% from the line on the season. Wolverines inflate the lead to 11, 16-5. Zags into the front court. Adam Miller over to the point now. Ike considers a 3, shot fake. Johnson jumps, drives left of the lane, misses the layup. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Gonzaga. It's Michigan's ball. Even the 50-50 ball is bouncing Michigan's way. Up 11, they get it back. As Adai Mara checks back in for Michigan. He spells Morez Johnson Jr. And Braden Smith in for the first time for Gonzaga as is Steele Venters.
Yeah, I always talk about when Michigan does go to the bench, you just don't see a drop-off. Everybody's holding each other accountable.
Cadeau blows by everybody. Underhand leave. Here's a drive in from Mara. Kind of considered a dunk, and he line drive a 3-footer through. 18-5 Michigan. That thing got about 10.5 feet off the ground at its apex.
Yeah, I was more impressed by the catch.
No doubt. Head of the key jumper, Smith, and it's short. Rebound, Burnett, charging right to left, 1-on-3. Smartly slows it down. Give right wing Gale. Drives in on his defender. Now backs him down. It's Emmanuel Inochinte. Spins on him. Easy lay-in on the right block for 2. It's 20-5 Michigan on Gonzaga.
Man, you're talking about the Wolverines playing like the hair's on fire right now.
My goodness. Venters chugs left wing. Picks up his bounce. Vacates left wing Braden Smith. Not related to Purdue's Braden Smith. Right wing. Shot fake. Now at the free throw line, Huff. Leaner good from just in front of that free throw stripe. Gonzaga stops a 15-2 Michigan run. It's 20-7 Wolverines. 14:25 left first half.
Yeah, and that was just one gave up on miscommunication there. Mara just got caught in no man's land.
Cadeau bounce it inside. Mara in there. Two-hand crunch. He caught it in front of that elbow. Then a technical called on Mara for hanging on the rim.
Yeah, I mean, how do you call hanging on a rim when a guy's 7'3"?
That quickly, too.
And his feet can touch the ground with him hanging on the rim.
Yeah, that was quite the quick trigger whistle coming from, I think it was Jeb Hartness on that call. Free throw from Steele Venters goes down. So 22-8.
Yeah, but once again, a nice pocket pass again. And Michigan's been getting away with those pocket passes. I mean, that's a very effective play. And I'm more impressed by the way Mara is catching and finishing around the basket.
And how about the bounce back from Elliot Cadeau? He has 5 assists on Michigan's first 9 made baskets. That eclipses his total in assists over the last 4 games.
Yeah, well, let me tell you the big difference in that. He hasn't got caught with his hand in the cookie jar fouling early in the ball game, which normally sends him to the bench.
Left side, Inochinte with it for Gonzaga. Feed the post, Braden Huff. Jab step, long 2, airborne and short. Rebound, Gale, 1-on-2, soared and snagged it. Right to left marches the Michigan Wolverines. Lendeboard, right elbow, Mara. Wolverines by 14 early. Mara spins on Huff. Baker off the glass and scores it. 24-8 Michigan. Boy, Mark Few might use another timeout here soon.
Yeah, I tell you what, love Mara's patience in there on the post. You can see he has his head on a swivel right now that he's looking, wanting to know where the double team is coming from.
Jalen Worley in there, first time for Gonzaga. Left wing Smith, back over Huff, dials up a 3 and missed it off the front rim. Back tap rebound, and then a foul on Gonzaga. Too physical inside was Jalen Worley. Axel Lendeboer getting around that play, and it's Michigan's ball on Worley's first foul and the team's 4th.
Yeah, usually you look for teams, and teams look for big guys to just rebound the basketball. Michigan has guards that will come back and get in that paint and do some of that dirty work.
Trey McKinney out there for Michigan, so the Wolverines, 9-man rotation. All have played at least a bit. McKinney, Kaysen, Gale, Cheddar, and Mara on the floor. Kaysen picked up his dribble, absorbs a double team, vacates to McKinney. Now back Kaysen. Zone look from the Zags. McKinney shoots over it and missed it off the front iron. Rebound Braden Huff. Up ahead Smith slips a pass into Worley for an easy dunk low on the right. That was the best, most fluid the Zags have looked. But then Will Cheddar left wing. He shoots a 3 and scores it and says, forget that. You might have scored 2. We're coming right back with 3. 27-10 Wolverines.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to be worried about when you face the Wolverines. And you may score. There's not going to be any head dropping or anything like that. They're going to be ready to push it back right at you.
12.5 to play. It's 27-10 Michigan. Smith swarmed by Kaysen. Dribbles left of the lane. Give it Inochinte. Floater swirls home for Gonzaga. And it's 27-12, but Michigan, they're pushing the pace. They don't want Gonzaga to have any chance to compose, gain some momentum. Kaysen left side. Fakes a pass left. Skips a pass, soft one to Mara. In the paint, hooks one up there. Barely grazed front iron. Rebound tap by Smith to himself for Gonzaga. Left to right, skip inside. Here's a reverse layup that goes for Inochinte. Boy, nice couple of passes from Braden Smith, looking like the Purdue Braden Smith. 27-14, Michigan's lead down to 13.
Yeah, well, Michigan's got to get back in transition. I mean, you miss a shot, I know you're sending guys to the boards, but at the same time, got to be ready to retreat on the other end.
Kaysen in between the rings for the white-clad Wolverines, looking to win this Players Era Championship. Left point Kaysen, skip it in. Gale, bounce it to a driving Kaysen. Underhand leave Mara, and gets fouled going up. That's all Jalen Worley could do low on the left, or Mara would have had another dunk. Stellar ball movement from Michigan and another media stoppage. All maize and blue early in front of Gonzaga, 27-14 on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to put your acting skills to the test in Hush Money at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Every Saturday in November from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., guests will team up for the Charade Challenge to win a share of $40,000 in cash and premium play. Each hour, 2 lucky players will compete for up to $500 cash, plus nightly bonuses for the most correct guesses. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's. Whether it's in your cupboard, at your local Meijer, or even at Chrysler Center. From pre-game breakfast, tailgate sliders, or post-game victory food, Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local store, or grab a hot dog or hamburger at Chrysler Center to see what we're all about. Aunt Millie's, closer to home.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for the players every game at Chrysler Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, the official hardwood floor care provider of the Michigan Wolverines.
27-14 Michigan, 11:34 left, and what has been a dominant start for Michigan as we pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. Always thankful to be with the national champion Terry Mills and our host Rob Joyce. We miss Tony Butler on this trip, but he's probably already waiting to park for the game on Saturday in Ann Arbor. Thankful for him as well. Happy early Thanksgiving to you and yours. And Michigan certainly thankful for this run from Elliot Cadeau. 2 points, 5 assists. You mentioned the foul issues, Terry. Cadeau yesterday against Auburn had his second foul with 10-12 left in the first half, sat the rest of the half. Then he picked up his third 28 seconds into the second half as Mara misses the first free throw.
Yeah, I've been very impressed, again, that Michigan's sharing that basketball on the offensive end. 8 assists on 11 field goals. I mean, that's moving the basketball.
Mara to split the pair at the stripe, and it clanks out of there. Ball tapped by Lendeborg out of bounds. It goes to the Zags after a fruitless trip at the stripe for Mara. Morez Johnson Jr. replaces a dive.
Yeah, and that's an area, once again, that Mara has to get better at shooting free throws, because if they're going to throw it into you and you're delivering and all of a sudden they start fouling you, you've got to be ready to step up and knock down free throws.
And Michigan looks to be challenging this call. And the PA guy just called Michigan State.
And I'm going to tell you what, that's an excellent challenge. Yeah, I'd almost challenge that too. That's a mistake too.
Yeah, they're showing the replay up here. And, yep, no doubt about it. Gonzaga touched it last. Graham Ike, the one to tip it. So this will be a quick review. As the official property restoration partner of Michigan Athletics, Belfour Property Restoration is celebrating and honoring first responders and members of the armed forces in our community. To nominate someone, visit mgoblue.com/hero.
Yeah, I like the challenge there by the Wolverines, but I thought maybe that was one of those NBA calls. I won't call a foul on Yaks, So we'll give them the basketball. That's that way they usually play it in the NBA, but great challenge by the Wolverines.
Justin Joyner, as we heard from Dusty May on the pregame, he's the one who had the scout. He played and competed against, as a coach, Gonzaga a ton. There's probably not two teams that have played more over the last decade or so than Gonzaga and St. Mary's, where Justin Joyner spent 2017 to 2024 on Randy Bennett's staff. They played in the West Coast Conference Tournament the final 6 years that Joyner was there. And hey, Gonzaga had the upper hand. They went 14-6 against St. Mary's, but I mean, gosh, Gonzaga normally wins like 95% of their West Coast Conference games, and the Gales held their own.
Yeah, I would have to go back and find out when the last time they've lost a conference. You know, I mean, you got to go almost back 20 years or better.
And they say that the call stands.
Are you kidding me?
That's unfathomable.
Are you kidding me?
What in the world?
Oh, man. Oh.
Did he mean to say Michigan State lost the challenge?
Man.
I mean, that was cut and dry. Right side Smith, leave it Ike, drives in, missed the lane, ball tapped around, saved by McKinney. Ball and defense don't lie, Michigan's basketball. Right side Kaysen, back to McKinney, straight on three ball. Yes, sir, you take that challenge and you shove it right back at him, 30-14 Michigan.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Trey McKinney's starting to come into his own.
Ike wide open for a three, double clutch, takes it, misses it, rebound, Burnett snatches it away from Inocente for the Zags. Wolverines 30, Gonzaga 14, 10:50 to play first half of the championship game here at the Players Era in Las Vegas. Left side Burnett, he tries three, he makes three from Mandalay Bay, 33-14 Wolverines. Mark Few needs another timeout.
I'll tell you what, Mark Few is trying to throw everything possible. He jumped out there in the Jones defense, and Michigan had the answer for that.
Wolverines 33, Bulldogs 14. Michigan is 13 of 17 from the floor and 5 of 8 from downtown. This is a clinic right now. You talk about a heater in Vegas. This is that to the nth degree.
Man, this is a clinic, man. And I'll tell you what, if this continues, I wish everyone could see the demeanor of this Michigan basketball team after they win it. They would celebrate for probably 10 minutes, and then guess what? It's back to business as usual.
I mentioned Justin Joyner. He said during film here today, we own the paint and selfishly rebound. So far, Michigan is 8 of 9 from 2, and they are +6 on the glass, 11-5. They have not permitted an offensive rebound against Gonzaga so far today, en route to a 33-14 advantage.
Yeah, and you're getting a good mixture. I mean, 14 of their 33 points have came in that painted area. So Coach Joyner is right on cue with they own the paint.
Mario St. Superi into the forecourt here for Gonzaga. Head of the key now, Grant Foster. Leave it to a curling steel Venters, the Eastern Washington transfer. Now Ike, pestered by Johnson, steps back, fade away from the paint, nowhere close. He shot it out and one on a ball that barely grazed iron. Rebound Michigan. Now Cadeau, left side of Lendeborg. Takes it down that left baseline, almost knocked ajar by Inocente. Lendeborg maintains his dribble, fleeced again. Lendeborg got it back, terminates that bounce. Out to the high left post, here's Burnett. Right side Cadeau, back to Mari, jab step left, drives right, stumbles on the deck, ball loose on the floor, jump ball, and possession flips it back to Gonzaga. Wolverines, maybe they're, I don't want to say worst offensive possession, but for the first time, it just didn't seem like they had much of an answer early there in a game where they've dominated up 33-14.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit too much dribbling there. You know, I mean, Michigan has had a lot of success moving that basketball. You'll get Yach where he needs to be by moving that ball from side to side because he has a smaller defender on him.
St. Superi from the left wing to the right has Johnson on him on a switch. Jumping skip past left pocket. Inocente considers a drive, instead flips to Huff. Now St. Superi, free throw line, right of the lane. Hooks a pass inside Huff, banks and scores over Cadeau. That was a nifty pass. Boy, Gonzaga's needed to have a great pass to come up with a lot of their buckets, 33-16 Michigan.
Hey, I tell you what, it's nothing easy. Everything they've had to work for.
Cadeau, left wing, already 5 assists, steps back, he takes one for himself, front iron and out, rebound back tap by Johnson to Lendebourg, leans in, no, but he gets fouled. Upended 5 feet away there by Tyon Grant Foster. And the Wolverines' leading scorer, Yaxel Lendebourg, heads to the free throw line. Grant Foster, who averages 21 minutes a ball game, saddled with his second foul at the 9:18 mark of the first half, and Michigan owning a commanding 33-16 advantage. So Yax came in as the Wolverines' leading scorer at 15 a night. Knocks down the first free throw for his 7th point, and it's 34-16 Michigan. Told us last night that win over Auburn, personal form. He wished that Auburn showed a little more interest in him during his collegiate career. Second one pure. Of course, he played at UAB the last couple of seasons, not too far from the Plains. 35-16 after Yax goes 2 of 2 at the line. Burnett leaves and Gale returns for the Maize and Blue.
Well, Yax starting to get his feel of being a Michigan man. He had an opportunity to sit with Jalen and Chris yesterday, and a lot he said was like, I had no idea that was Jalen or that was that person. So you got to get used to it.
Skip pass at the right elbow, Huff to the right side. Grant Foster playing with 2 fouls. Steps back, right wing three over Johnson, splashes it down. His first bucket on his first try, 35-19. Michigan's lead cut to 16. Left side, Gale. Pauses left of the lane line. Give to Johnson at the point. Now McKinney rumbles left wing. Fakes a pass right, delivers over Cadeau. He tries a 3 and knocks it down from 25 feet away on the right side. Michigan doubling up the Zags, 38-19, 8.5 to play first half. And then almost a walk by Grant Foster, probably got away with one. Left pocket, Grant Foster gets it back, spinning on Gale, backing him down. Gale walling up, and a foul called. And Dusty May perplexed with some of the officiating here after that challenge. But it'll be a foul on Gale, number 1 on him.
I'll tell you what, Kimball will have to explain that one. I mean,
McKinney exits, Mara returns for Michigan, 38-19 Wolverines, 8:17 left first half.
Yeah, that should be a fine behind that on an official.
Huff charges in, spins left baseline, hooks it, and Blink goes out. Mara snatches the rebound off the left side of the rim. Up ahead, Lendebourg takes it right baseline. Euros, kick it left corner, extra feed left wing. Cadeau wants 3, swirls out. Rebound, loose, spike down on the deck by Lendebourg, and then it bounds out along that baseline. Timeout on the floor with 7:59 to play in the first half. Michigan doubling up Gonzaga, 38-19 on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Brian and Terry are back in 1 minute. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Hey Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at nfamilyfire.org. That's nfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by N Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Wolverines in cruise control early. Still plenty of time. 7:59 to carry first half. 38-19 thanks to 70% shooting. And Terry, the balance, I've just been blown away by this. Michigan already has 8 of their 9 guys in this ball game having scored at least 3 points. Mara and Yax with 8, 5 for Cadeau and Gale, and 3 from Johnson, McKinney, Burnett, and Cheddar. It's remarkable. The only guy who hasn't scored, Kaysen, has 3 assists.
Yeah, I mean, that's just sharing the basketball. I mean, when you're going to share the basketball like that, if that doesn't bring a team together, I don't know what will, because you figure if you run, you make hard cuts, you get to your spots, your teammate is going to deliver for you.
When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the free Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app. Like our good buddy Zach Linfield, the outstanding PA announcer at women's basketball and host at men's basketball. He's locked and loaded on this Wednesday night. On the left side, here's some curling around dribbling by St. Superi. And then he gets bumped by Elliot Cadeau. Terry disagrees. That is Cadeau's first, just the second on Michigan here in the first half.
Yeah, make a 5-second call or something. I mean, Elliot Cadeau is working on getting over the top of those screens harder than any player I've seen.
Far sideline, Inochinte triggers it in for Gonzaga. Throws a fastball snatched by the right fingertips of Adam Miller in his 6th season. Free throw line, shot fake by Miller. English is a pass left baseline. Huff banging inside against Morrow. 1 dribble, stops it. Kick it left wing, 3-ball Miller. The southpaw is short, and then a loose ball foul. Cadeau swiped at EK. That one looked to be a foul, and it's unfortunately for Michigan's point guard, Elliot Cadeau, his second. They can happen quickly.
Yeah, when it happens for him, it does happen quickly.
And maybe they look to see if that is a flagrant. Oh, they're going to say, wow, they're going to say it's on Johnson, not Cadeau, which is fortunate for Michigan, but we'll see if they tack on anything beyond that.
That's the right call.
Getting a look at the replay here. EK trying to work around Johnson. I understand why they're looking at it for that hook and hold action, but didn't seem to be anything flagrant, which means they'll probably boot Morez Johnson Jr. from the game and make him leave the state.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that. I mean, refereeing is really hard. There's no doubt. But when you have a chance to look at a review, and it was as obvious as that one was before, you just kind of wonder how it can happen that way.
Or what's the even the reason of having a review? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, you've got, what are we looking at, maybe 10, 12,000 maybe here, and everybody was in the same agreement that, well, we were watching the replay.
Still taking a look at the reviewed potential hook and hold on Morez Johnson Jr. 38-19 Wolverines.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Okay. Well, it is a bit of a first world problem to be up by 19 and have to argue about the officiating, but, I mean, Dusty May, he's not boisterous right now. We've seen him be louder, more emphatic, but I think more than anything else, he's just confused. It's been a very odd sequence as the flagrant takes place. Now Keith Kimball talking to both EK and Johnson.
Yeah, you just had 2 players. I mean, we knew coming into this ball game it's going to be a physical ball game.
So, Graham Ike, who is second among active Division I players in career points, swirls home the first, 38-20 Michigan with 7.5 to play, first half. The only one with more, we'll see him later this year, Tucker DeVries for Indiana. There's only a 13-point difference. Indiana doesn't play until Saturday against Bethune-Cookman. That for Ike is first point, second shot rattles out. I mean, Ike has had no success. He is 0 for 7 from the floor. Came in shooting 54% from the floor. Baseline left, Gonzaga keeps the basketball after that flagrant. Inbound Huff, in the paint, loses the handle, gets it back. Flips Grant Foster, takes it left baseline, shot rejected by Mara. He just pounded that up against the backboard, deflects to Cadeau. Now Kaysen right wing, fakes a pass left, flip it right wing Gale. Looks in toward Johnson, now feeds it to him. Low block right, one-on-one against Huff. takes a double team, sheds it, hooks right baseline, well short, barely grazed the right side of the rim. Rebound Huff and the Zags. Here comes St. Superi inside, easy soft dunk from Grant Foster, right baseline. A couple of Wolverines tumble to the deck, and the Zags are within 16 at 38-22. 6:55 left before intermission.
Yeah, I believe one thing they will discuss is getting back in transition, getting matched up right away.
Cadeau around a meaty Mara screen. Stutter step, now detours left wing. Split suit, takes it strong, reverses. A lot of contact, no foul called, and it's rebounded by Gonzaga. Lofted up ahead, St. Superi. 38-22 Michigan. Huff has a pass that he almost lost out of bounds, gets it back, flips back to the man who threw it to him, St. Superi. Back to Huff along that baseline, kicker right corner, Miller. At the point, Ike for three. It's well short, and Mara, look what we have here, rebound belt high. Right side, Gale drives in, a shot and an offensive foul called on Roddy Gale Jr. And it's going back to Gonzaga. Gale called for the charge, and St. Superi was not set. It's back to the Zags. Wolverines by 16. They haven't scored in 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Trey McKinney in, Roddy Gale Jr. out. Gale has 2 fouls in just 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think the officials are just taking a game which was a good game, a good pace, and just turning it into what they want to turn it into right now.
Also, Will Cheddar back into the ball game for Johnson. Free throw line, Miller leans in, double clutch floater, well short. Kaysen, who had the good defense, with the rebound, and then a foul called on Ike, bumped Yaxel Lendeborg. That was over by the Michigan bench. Wolverines, they have been lobbying over and over for fouls and finally got one there.
Yeah, that's 2 fouls on Ike.
Yep, indeed. Number 2 on him. Grant Foster has 2. 7 on the Zags, so it's a 1-and-1 for Yax. And the PA announcer here is really struggling.
Yeah, he struggled from the start calling Michigan State. I mean, I've seen him make that mistake on the plane when we're traveling, but a PA announcer?
Free throw up and good from Lendeborg. Of course, on play-by-play, got to know all the pronunciations.
Yeah.
39-22 Michigan. 5:57 left before halftime on a tremendous performance so far from the Maize and Blue.
Yeah, that's a cause for removal in my book.
Lendeborg's second, front iron and out. Michigan now 5 of 8 from the line as Grant Foster, who's been playing with 2 fouls for a while, corrals the rebound. Right lane line. Swoops in, double team comes after he stops his dribble. Got away with a walk, flip it over, Huff free throw line. Now Smith, skip Huff, leans in. Shot put attempt is good on a rattle from 12 feet away, 39-24 Michigan.
I tell you, that's a money shot there for Huff. He has that shot down, that little shot put in the lane.
He's done it, what, 4 or 5 times tonight already? Lendeborg, dump it in, Mara. Working against Huff, spins on him left baseline. Right hand, one armor misses off to the right. Boarded by Gonzaga. Jalen Worley charges left to right. Over to Miller, around a screen from Huff. Darts his way into the paint. Now to Huff, he does it again, that little leaner, and it goes. Zags within a baker's dozen. Wolverines haven't hit a shot in the last 3.5 minutes. It's 39-26 Wolverines with 5 minutes left first half. McKinney on the right wing. Bumps into Miller. Good acting there from Miller. No foul. Right wing. Here's a 3. Cheddar is good. And Michigan calms down with the 5th-year grad student Will Cheddar going from deep. 42-26 Michigan. 4:40 before half. Free throw line, Grant Foster. Passes on a double clutch to Smith. His initial thought was to pass it, and then there is Braden Huff again. He has 12 on 6 of 10 shooting, and they've pretty much all been the same style.
Yeah, I don't know where Michigan is falling.
Inside, Kaysen finds Mara. His jam was partially blocked. Popped out of there, Gonzaga with the board. Up ahead, Smith. Jumping pass, knocked out of the hands by Mara, out of bounds toward the Michigan bench. 4:11, clock stops, 42-28 Michigan. Zags with a little bit of momentum in their contingent of fans. About half of them stand up and cheer. Johnson in there, he spells Mara, who was gassed at the end of that sequence. So far sideline, Tyon Grant Foster was going to be the one to inbound it. Now it's Adam Miller. Finds the aforementioned Grant Foster, the 8th-year senior. 2 years in JUCO, a year at Kansas, couple at DePaul, since at Gonzaga. Here's Huff again from the free throw line, leans in, this one short, rebound cleaned up by Morez Johnson Jr.
Well, I tell you what, Morez was a little bit closer.
Yeah. Kaysen flip one into Johnson, and he gets tugged before a layup that did go, but Braden Smith knew he was not going to win that fight inside with a guy who talks about his junkyard dog tendencies, the enforcer, Morez Johnson Jr. So a 1-and-1 forthcoming for Morez when we return. 3:47 before halftime. Michigan 42, Gonzaga 28 on this, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits, we have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield.
Lions fans have even more to cheer about with the new Detroit Lions games from the Michigan Lottery.
Rah, rah, rah.
Featuring a roster of fan favorites, instant ticket, pull tab, fast cash, and online play, you could win prizes up to $500,000.
Lions victory.
With the new Detroit Lions games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Wolverine basketball and great beers go together like an alley-oop and slam dunk. Founders Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics and has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like All Day IPA, Michigan Pilsner, and their hazy IPA Mortal Bloom right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Whether you're cheering from your couch or at Chrysler Center, these beers are perfect to celebrate every Michigan win all season long. Learn more about Founders and where to find your go-to game day beer at foundersbrewing.com.
If you haven't listened to the Defend the Block podcast, here's what you've been missing.
With Will Cheddar, I think that's what our team really needs to be focused on, that 1-0 mentality. Obviously, everyone's aware of what everyone's saying. Like, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. Like, if you have a cell phone, you know what's going on. But being able to kind of block that out.
Defend the Block, covering Michigan basketball all year long on MGO Blue Podcasts. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wolverines have led the entire way in front of Gonzaga 42-28. 3:47 remaining first half. Brian, Terry, and Rob with you. Happy early Thanksgiving. Find holiday gifts on their wish list and yours with ease this season and get great deals along the way at Kohl's and Kohls.com. Little adversity here for Michigan. They started off so strongly, but against Gonzaga, you didn't expect 30-plus. How have the Wolverines managed these last 4 or 5 minutes?
No, I mean, they really haven't got down on themselves. I mean, they had a couple calls go against them, but you don't see the Wolverines complaining about it, holding their head. It's kind of the next play mentality.
Johnson at the stripe, 1 for 1 on the day. Front end of the 1-and-1, somehow popped out of there, but Lendemore comes up with a board and flings it up from 2 feet, scores it left of the rim. So the Wolverines miss the 1 for 1 and get 2 anyways, 44-28 Michigan.
Well, one thing they don't take things for granted.
Drive by Grant Foster straight into that painted area, and he gets fouled going to the rim. A lot of contact on the inside, and the bump called on Michigan's freshman Trey McKinney. No, they're going to say LJ Kaysen. Check that. Number 1 on him, the 5th on the Wolverines. It's a shooting foul. So Grant Foster rattles out the first free throw. Navari Burnett and Elliot Cadeau coming in. LJ Kaysen and Will Cheddar exit. So an important stretch here for Cadeau to avoid that second foul. He's got 5 points, 5 assists in 11 minutes. Second free throw, a line drive make. 15-point Michigan lead now at 44-29. Inbound to McKinney. Smith showing a little bit of press, and then he relents. Near sideline, McKinney. Around a screen from Lendeborg. Pauses right point. Over to Lendeborg left wing. He has 11 to lead all Wolverines. Huff has 12 of the Zags, 29 to pace everybody. McKinney, shot fake right wing. Drives to the left elbow. Steps back. Tough two is good. Oh, that's a really tough shot from the freshman Trey McKinney. 46-29 Maize and Blue.
Well, I tell you, McKinney has a set of shoulders on him that he's not just going to let you reach across his body and try to deflect that basketball. You're going to pay for it if you're going to try to reach on him.
Miller, left point, drives in, straight up to shoot, loses the handle, banged off the top of the backboard, deflects to Burnett. Right to left, charges Amari, all the way to the cup, missed the lay-in low on that left block, and it was knocked out of bounds by Cadeau. Goes back to Gonzaga. But boy, you want to talk about the assertiveness on the inside from Burnett. We've seen it over this 3-game stretch, maybe more than any time in the Maize and Blue from him.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, the numbers were there, and I'm quite sure that his teammates were hollering at him from behind, and he could have easily dropped that off. But like you say, love the assertiveness.
2:36 ticking first half clock, 46-29 Michigan. Right corner, here's a three, up by Venters. It's off the left side of the rim. Johnson peels off the rebound, it's his third. Right side, now Lendeborg to Cadeau left point, lob it right wing McKinney. Waits for a Johnson screen, skip past left corner. Lendeborg drives from deep, well short, rebound down to Huff. Once again, Lendeborg knew he missed it and raced after it. Second time he's done that tonight. Right corner, another three Venters, same spot as before. This one missed off to the right this time. Offensive board left wing by Worley. Right wing, here's Huff for a three. No, his problem was he didn't lean in from 10 feet like he's done most of the night. Rebound Michigan.
Yeah, he didn't use that little push shot from there.
Be tough from 23. Yeah. Left pocket, Burnett, lob it in Lendeborg. He sheds his defender, Venters, and finger rolls it over the left side of the rim. 48-29 Wolverines matching their largest lead tonight. Braden Huff at the point for the blue-clad Gonzaga Bulldogs. They've won their first 7 all by 10+. 3 ball straight on, nowhere close from Grant Foster, and it bounds out in that near corner, and it's Michigan's basketball. Gonzaga's 12 of 35 from the floor, and they are 2 of 12. That is 17% from deep. Wolverines 48-29 lead with 1:27 left here in the first half of this Players Era Championship. Winner of this game wins $1 million of NIL opportunities. Deflected pass intercepted, steal Venters. McKinney looking for Damari Burnett. Just the Wolverines' 4th cough up. Gonzaga only has 1 and they're down 19. Drive in by Worley. Shot rejected by Johnson, and he saved it along the baseline. To McKinney, right to left, march the Wolverines. McKinney, hand off Burnett. Over to Cadeau, left side. Lob it up, Lendeborg. Catches with the right hand, and he gets fouled. A little push from Steele Venters with 56.5 to play first half. Foul 9 on the Zags and a 1-and-1 for Yaxel Lendeborg.
Yeah, by no means. Don't think that Yax is a perimeter player. I mean, he'll get down on that box and do the dirty work, and now that Michigan is finding that mismatch, they're taking advantage of it.
So Lendeborg at the stripe. He's 3 of 4 from the line today. 80% for the year. Lets it fly, swishes it down. 20-point lead for Michigan. Largest of this championship fight. One more for Yax. Airborne, rattles home. 15 to lead everybody for Yax. Adai Mara returns and Trey McKinney leaves for the Maize and Blue. So Braden Smith brings it into the forecourt for the Zags. They want to get a 2-for-1 here. If they could wish for anything, they'd wish for a 10-for-1. They're down by 21 points. Right side. Venters, slip it over toward Huff, deflected, intercepted. Picked up by Lendeborg. No look feed, left wing Burnett. Sights a 3 and knocks it down. Even on the reconsider, Damari cashes it home. 53-29 Michigan, 30 seconds left first half.
And it's all smiles by Damari. He knew he kind of hesitated on that.
The Let's Go Blue chant starting up here. It's gone from Michelob Ultra Arena to the MGM Grand. Shot clock at 10. Center circle Smith. Goes to work with 7. Crosses over on Lendeborg. Spins and Huff. Right elbow jumper strong. Rebound Burnett. Quick pass up ahead Cadeau. Right to left he comes without numbers. Leans and falls. No, but he's going to the line. With 3.8 left. Oh, Michigan ran that transition break almost too quickly. They left little time on because they marched so fast right to left.
I tell you what, you got it to Cadeau, and he was on warp speed there.
My goodness. 3.8 on the clock, 53-29 Michigan. First free throw, barely grazed front iron from Elliott. And, yeah, Michigan's had some fun over on that bench, but they aren't satisfied. They want to keep rolling.
No.
LJ Kaysen at the scorer's table. He spells Cadeau if Elliott can make this free throw. It is up, and it rattles out. Rebound down to Braden Huff. 2/3 court shot is an air ball. Michigan 53. Gonzaga 29. Gonzaga's won every game by 10 or more. They have not trailed at halftime this season. And the Wolverines are blitzing them tonight. 53-29 on 32% shooting from the Zags, 61% from Michigan. What a clinic. My goodness.
Yeah, and you see Coach Dusty May still having that discussion. Quite sure one of those discussions is talking about that challenge.
Well, hey, if you're going to have that happen, let it happen when you're up by a bunch like Michigan is. Wolverines halfway to 7-0, halfway to a championship here in Las Vegas, and they're rolling. 53-29 on Gonzaga. Rob Joyce has our halftime show next on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Michigan, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Michigan Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, 48226. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Michigan basketball promo packs are the perfect way to enjoy a game at Chrysler Center and secure an exclusive item. Those items include a Sherpa blanket, a Michigan winter beanie, a co-branded Michigan and Detroit Pistons crew neck, and a unique long sleeve shirt at Sneakerhead Night, all depending on the pack you select. Get the full details over at mgoblue.com/tickets. That's mgoblue.com/tickets to watch the Michigan hoops and secure some exclusive items with Michigan basketball promo packs.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
To Poole. Deep three in front of us for the win. Oh! He hit it! And Michigan!
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Get ready. The year-end sales event is here. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title taxes and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCL cash, $1,000 open trade assist, and $500 AXZD BFG open bonus cash. Offers are only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. So right now during the year-end sales event, lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Welcome to the Michigan Basketball Halftime Show. Analysis, highlights, and stats from the first 20 minutes are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
The dominance is carrying over for a third straight night halftime. Michigan all over Gonzaga, 53 30-29 as we look back at some of the first half highlights. About the only negative you could find from the first two nights is that the Wolverines didn't score first against SDSU or Auburn. That changed tonight. First 5 went to the Maize and Blue, and Michigan was off and running right out of the gates again.
And then he loses it. Cadeau with the rip away, deflects to Lendeborg. Up ahead, Cadeau, 2-on-2. Cadeau takes it all the way, streaks and scores low on the right. 13-3 Michigan. There's the timeout bucket. Mark Few has to stop it after Michigan starts right where it picked up back on Monday and Tuesday.
It was a double-digit lead 3 minutes into the game and never again got below got single digits. I had lied. Got single digits one time right after that, out of the timeout. And then for the final 15-50, it was a double-digit lead for the Maize and Blue. 5.5 minutes in the lead balloon. Michigan scored on 10 of its first 12 shots, led 24-8, 6 minutes in, forced another Bulldog timeout. Then Gonzaga started to string together a couple of buckets, had trouble generating stops, but it looked like they might try to claw their way back into it. And for the first time, Michigan ended that quickly.
Wolverines 30, Gonzaga 14, 10:50 to play first half of the championship game here at the Players Air in Las Vegas. Left side, Burnett, he tries three. He makes three from Mandalay Bay. 33-14 Wolverines. Mark Few needs another timeout.
19-point lead midway through the half. Under 8, timeout, same margin, 38-19. Really for the first time all week, shots briefly stopped falling. 3.5-minute scoring drought for Michigan allowed the Bulldogs to cut the lead to 13 with 5 minutes left. Will Cheddar rebutted with a 7th three-pointer of the half. Still, seemed like the Zags had some life at the under 4. It was a 14-point game, and then the Wolverines sucked any life out of that.
Right side, Venter, slip it over toward Huff, deflected, intercepted. Picked up by Lendeborg. No look feed, left wing, Burnett. Sights a three, and knocks it down. Even on the reconsider, Namari cashes it home. 53-29 Michigan, 30 seconds left first half.
Closed the half on a 9-0 run. Zags didn't score the last 3.5 minutes, and it's a 53-29 lead at the break. Halftime show continues. We'll take another look at scores next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleufm.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Michigan. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Michigan and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Michigan.
Michigan leads Gonzaga at the break 53-29. Time for another check of the scores. One game going on right now in the Big Ten. Iowa looking to win the Acrisure Classic out in California. Just about to start the second half. Leads Grand Canyon 30-23 through 20 minutes. Earlier this afternoon, USC won its MTE out in Maui, defeating Arizona State 88-75 to win the Maui Invitational. The Trojans are 7-0. Chad Baker-Mazara, 23 points in the win. And still to come, midnight tonight, Maryland closes out its week at Players Era by taking on a top 10 team in Alabama. Nationally, a decent amount going on around the top 25 in progress. Number 6, Louisville putting the finishing touches on NJIT. It's 85-37 Cardinals, 6 minutes to go in the second half at the Yum. And out in Maui, number 23, NC State trails at the half to Texas, 47-37 in the fifth place game. So NC State trying to avoid a second loss this week out in Hawaii. Finals include number 3, Houston holding off Notre Dame at Players Era, 66-56. Ranked on ranked matchup, Auburn blitz St. John's after halftime, turned a 9-point deficit at the break into an 85-74 win over the Johnnies. 15th ranked Iowa State throttled Syracuse 95-64. Third place game right before ours, Kansas kept a 3-0 event with an 81-76 win over number 17 Tennessee. 19th ranked Kentucky pounded Tennessee Tech at home 104-54. Number 20 Texas Tech cruised past New Orleans 82-50. And lastly, 24th ranked Vanderbilt held off Western Kentucky in the battle for Atlantis 83-78. Again, through 20 minutes an hour game, Michigan 53, Gonzaga 29. Brian, look at the first half numbers when we return on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So, I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too. For my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible board-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com for Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Michigan, 20 minutes from a Players Era championship. And hey, the whole first 2 days were about margin of victory, but Michigan's margin of victory, all it's doing right now, or margin of first half victory, is raising eyebrows across the country. 53-29 on the number 1 team in NCAAM entering play today, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Our first half stats are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Wolverines shooting 61% overall, 8 of 14. That's 57% from the long line. They are worst of all at the charity stripe, 7 of 13 at 54%. Michigan suffocating Gonzaga's offense, 32% overall, 2 of 12 from deep, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. For the Wolverines individually, Yaxel Lendeboer leading the way, 15 points, 5 rebounds in 17 minutes, 8 for Adai Mara, 6 apiece for Cheddar and Burnett, 5 from Cadeau, McKenney, and Gale, 3 from Johnson. No points from LJ Kaysen, but he's got a board and 3 assists. Gonzaga led by 12 from Braden Huff. No other Zag has more than 6. It's all added up to a 53-29 halftime lead. Michigan won by 40 over San Diego State, by 30 over Auburn, and they're plus 24 at the break against the Zags. Those are your first half stats brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Terry's first half analysis, then the start of the second half next as you listen to Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Neighbors help neighbors. That's why when the unexpected happens, floods, fires, or tornadoes hit, Belfour has your back. At Belfour, we are the people who live next door. Faces and names you know, right here in Michigan. For us, the only thing more important than restoring your property is helping you rebuild your life whenever disasters strike. 24/7, 365. Belfour Property Restoration. Your home, your life, our promise. Call 800-800-BELFOR or visit belfour.com.
When people yell, "Go Blue," most people think of the Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors, the maize and blue. But what does Go Blue mean in the liquor store? It means go for a long drink. Go for the blue can with undefeated flavor, a refreshing mix of citrus, sparkling soda, and a kick of real liquor. So go blue. Then go blue. For the Wolverines, we mean long drink. Proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Gin with natural flavors. Copyright 2024. The Long Drink Company, Carmel, Indiana. Please enjoy responsibly.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wolverines close on a 9-0 run. They have a 53-29 advantage on Gonzaga at the break as we welcome you back to the game, brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. Terry Mills, your takeaways from yet another outstanding run from Michigan.
Yeah, just suffocating defense once again, and I think that their defense has really set the tone in this tournament, and it allowed their offense to start generating. And of course, we know they're going to share the basketball. I mean, it's just a fun team to watch. I mean, 14 assists on 19 field goals. That's saying that you're running your offense and you're passing the basketball. There's not a lot of one-on-one dribbling and I'm going to get mine. So I think this team is looking at it, the overall picture, and that's to be on that last day in April.
Speaking of setting the tone, Rob Joy sharing this with us. Gonzaga in the first and last 4 minutes of the half, they were 2 of 15. Michigan in that stretch, 9 of 13. Michigan outscored Gonzaga by 18 in kind of that money time. First 4, last 4. Wolverines with a big-time showing, up 24. That welcome was brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Craft. Well, Terry, we've talked about this aspect multiple times here during this week. Up big at the half, try to push it, and the Wolverines have done great work with that. They have won the second half each of their first 2 games.
They have, and I think the coaching staff is holding this team accountable for how you come out and play with big leads. I mean, we always talk about how important the first 5 minutes is, and this is where you can really kind of step on a team, and you can either send them one way or another. You can make them hang around for a little while, or you can take their heart.
Elliot Cadeau attempts to split 2, loses the handle on the first possession, picked up by St. Superi, takes it all the way, Euros, and has his shot rejected by Johnson near that near sideline, somehow saved by Grant Foster as he took it away from Johnson. Right wing Miller tries the 3 short, and it's rebounded by Yaxel Lendeborg for Michigan.
I'll tell you what, Michigan doesn't take plays off.
Lendeborg a little bit too strong on the entry feed into Adai Mara, so Michigan unable to connect there, and the Wolverines have 2 turnovers to start the half after just 4 the entire first half. Gonzaga with the basketball. Mario St. Superi leave it over for Miller. Back to St. Superi. Splits left to the lane, has his push pass over to Huff, and then Huff misses a floater. It was blocked by Mara. Over to St. Superi. Inside, 3 shot fakes by Huff. Got away with a walk, blocked anyways. All 3 Michigan bigs swarm there. Lendeborg attempts to drive, spins, saves the basketball after bobbling it right wing, and flips it to Johnson. Wolverines up 53-29. Cadeau almost loses the handle again, then gets tugged down by Mario St. Superi. I wonder if they'll take a look at that one. There's some jawing between the two. Cadeau didn't like it. And if I'm Dusty May, I'm clamoring for them to take a look to see if that's a flagrant.
Yeah, it's a little wrestling and stuff going over there on the sideline.
Dusty May has a few words for Elliot Cadeau. Coaching, not frustrated. And that was Kind of a leg lock takedown from St. Superi. Wolverines with it. Up by the same margin they were at the half. 24 early on second half. Right wing Burnett, no look feed into Mara. Now a bullet to Johnson, too hot to handle. And Michigan, the fluidity of the offense, strong. Maybe trying to get too cute?
Yeah, I mean, Mara's got to shoot the basketball there. Yep. I mean, he's 7'3", and you're standing right in the paint, point blank. I think he could probably dunk it for where he was. So,
and then Cadeau bumps his point guard buddy St. Superi. So disjointed start to this second half. Cadeau, I think he wanted to have a few words, and Dusty May's taking Cadeau out. LJ Kaysen comes in. I think Cadeau and St. Superi kind of let the other get into their heads a little bit there, and probably good for a brief respite for Cadeau, who's had a really solid game today. 5 points, 5 assists in 16 minutes.
Yeah, to a game that was flowing pretty good. I mean, it really has got raggedy, if you will.
Could really use one of those challenges. Huff throws it wide, and it's over that center line. Grant Foster corralled it past the timeline. Gonzaga, at least the players, hoping to get a call that it was deflected, but that was just flat out off the left, I think, index finger of Tyon Grant Foster.
Yeah, Michigan hasn't had anything go their way fluidly, but one thing I can say, they're continuing to play defense.
Mara left wing. Yeah, neither team has scored in the first little while as the reaches almost 2 minutes. Drive by Burnett, goes for the jam, and we'll see if they count it as a goaltend.
No, it should be.
Did it pop in there?
Yeah, it went in.
Question is if they'll count it, and they're going to wipe it off. And now they're going to review. So, yeah, the ball, Burnett went for a dunk left baseline and crunched it down. It kind of spun around there, and while Burnett still had his hands on the rim.
It didn't hit nothing else. I mean, he held onto the rim simply because there was a man underneath him. So
Burnett was fouled as well, so he's just going to get 2 free throws. But what an odd first, not even 2 minutes of this second half. Michigan up 53-29. Burnett's free throw adds another single tally to that advantage. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk, on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. One more for Burnett. Long pause, sights it, and swirls it home. 55-29, Michigan.
Yeah, and it's time for Michigan to get greedy right now. The defense has been solid. It's got to
whistle away from the ball, and a foul comes on Yaxel Lendeborg. He has a few words of frustration for the official who whistled that, Gregory Nixon. Inbound in front of that Gonzaga bench, and Mark Few, he has been sitting, arms crossed for much of this game in frustration. Had to take 2 first half timeouts. Grant Foster crosses over, drives right lane line, pauses, fades away, swishes it down. Tough shot. And Grant Foster up to 8 points. 55-31 U of M. Left side, Burnett. Lob it up over Mara, but it was because of a tug called on Huff, where that would have been another Michigan turnover. Wolverines went into the first half with 4. They've had 3 in the first 2 minutes, 22 seconds of half 2.
Yeah, I like this, that leadership by Namari bringing his team together and say, we've got to clean this up here. This is not who we are.
But you mentioned it, Terry, the defense, that after all this chaos, it's 2-2 in the second half, and Michigan has the basketball. Inbound, Lendeborg over to the high right side, Burnett. Cross-court pass, Lendeborg. Extra feed over to the left wing, and Kaysen traveled before dribbling. Turnover, Michigan.
Yeah,
and Dusty May, I mean, he's frustrated over there.
Yeah, and this is why you say we're work in progress. Even though Michigan has a large lead, but you got to be able to take care of this.
I mean, Gonzaga's elite. You can't let them get back in it. Foul away from the ball. Comes on Michigan, on Namari Burnett. 17:20 to play. 55-31 Michigan. Already the 3rd for Michigan in the half. First individually for the 6th-year grad student Namari Burnett. Mara leaves and Gale comes in. We'll see if he stabilizes. He's been so steady for Michigan. St. Superior waiting to inbound, and then a foul away from the ball on Gonzaga.
Yeah, I mean, right call, but...
This has just been a very odd, herky-jerky sequence. Foul is on Huff. It's already his 4th. So Gonzaga's leading scorer with 12 on 15 shots, by the way. He has 4 fouls. He's out of the ball game. Gale, center circle for the white-clad Wolverines. Left side, Kaysen. Picks up his bounce. Flip right side. Lendeborg tries a rain-making 3. Back iron and off. Boarded weak side, St. Superior. Here come the Zags. And then a steal by Kaysen. Saves it by throwing it out toward the Michigan offensive bucket. It was a near sideline pass. Kaysen tipped it and then almost saved the Michigan steal. Driving in, here's a reverse layup, no good by St. Superior. Offensive board, up and good on a tough shot by Grant Foster, almost all in one motion. 55-33, Zags within 22. High to the left wing, Kaysen for Michigan. Bounces in, Johnson charges, banks and scores. Left lane line to the left block, off glass. Orez Johnson Jr., just his second bucket tonight, 57-33 U of M.
Yeah, back to that pocket pass. The only thing that's happening is Gonzaga is extending their pick and roll defense.
St. Superior labors his way into the paint. Right block, tough floater from 4, contested but good. Up ahead, Kaysen lob it to Gale, and he's bumped by Jalen Worley. Gale, a little bit slow to get up. I asked him how he was feeling after yesterday's game, and he said, old. It was favoring the hip a little bit. I told him, I said, Roddy, you're not old, my friend. Shoot, he's about, hey, in this game, he's in the median of number of years played collegiately. Gonzaga, actually toward the bottom. Gonzaga's got an 8th-year guy. Left side, Kaysen, whip it in, Johnson crunches over St. Superior. Oh, what a find, and Morez Johnson Jr., bad intentions, 59-35 Michigan. Other side floater, no good, EK, Michigan the rebound. 15:40 left, media stoppage, next dead ball, and maybe if Michigan comes up with another bucket, Mark Few might need to dig into that timeout well again. Kaysen, high to the left wing. Picked up his bounce, flummoxed, still pivoting, finds Burnett left side. Lob it up, Kaysen drives in, banks, and didn't get it to fall. Knocked out of bounds by Gale, and it'll be Gonzaga's basketball when we come back. 15:20 to go here in Las Vegas. Michigan well on its way to a Players Era Championship. You're listening to Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Jets his way with 3, straight on with 2, leans in, scoops. Oh!
Yes, sir! The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, 0 sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
Just like your favorite sports team, you need a solid defense to protect what's important to you. Whether it's your business, home, or auto, turn to Hylant and Michigan-based Frankenmuth Insurance to keep you covered. Visit Hylant today at www.hylant.com/defense. That's www.hylant.com/defense.
start to this second half, but Michigan with the same margin it had at intermission. It's 59-35 Wolverines as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. Back here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand's Garden Arena. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, and Rob Joyce with you. Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's, whether it's pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame comfort food. Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. You can pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local Meijer. Aunt Millie's closer to home. Sounds like a great addition to the Thanksgiving table. Terry, what's your ideal top Thanksgiving food?
Well, I really can't think about that now because I'll be still here in Vegas. I won't get any Thanksgiving food, so
that's true.
I don't want to think about that right now.
On the right side, drive in by Grant Foster. Shot was bothered, deflected, picked up Michigan. Up ahead, Cadeau to Gale. Euros left lane line, loses the handle out of bounds, and it is last touch by Gonzaga. This might be a review opportunity for the Zags because I think it was one of those don't want to call a foul, but also want to keep it on this side. In any event.
Yeah, I'm thinking by the disposition of Coach Mark Few, he'd rather get this over with.
Yeah. You're right about that.
And get on back home.
Inbound Burnett, shot fake left corner, steps to the right, shoots up a three, rattles around, and Plink goes down. Then a whistle late. 62-35 Michigan, the scoreboard reads. And a push, I believe, after the shot? No, Jalen Worley called for the foul. I think it was on a box out. So I think they're going to count the basket, and then Michigan gets the basketball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insult to injury, huh?
I suppose so. I'll say, I believe I'll have Thanksgiving tomorrow. However, the cook is currently delayed at DTW.
Yeah, you're working on it, I can tell you that.
Left baseline alley-oop from Cadeau to Mara Bobbles. Got it back, laid it up and in on the right block. Good stick-to-itiveness there from Mara. 64-35 Michigan. They're on a 7-0 surge. EK a three over Mara. Way short one-hop rebound, Cadeau.
I'll tell you, EK has struggled here today.
He is 0 for 9 from the floor. Came in shooting 54%. Mara able to induce a foul as he did the up and under Olay on Graham Ike, who was guarding Mara too closely. Graham Ike now with 3 fouls, and the Zags have 7.5. It's a 1-and-1 for Adai Mara with 14:30 remaining, and Michigan up 64-35.
Yeah, I'm going to hold Amara accountable for these 2 free throws. I tell you, if he doesn't get these free throws, I've got some words for him.
Lendeborg exits. Johnson back in. Mara swishes home that first free throw. 65-35. It's a 30-point lead again on the team that came into play today atop Ken Palm's rankings. Wow. Mara again shoots, rattles around, does not drop. Boarded by Grant Foster. A word from Terry down the road.
Yeah.
Steele Venters right wing. Now Grant Foster slithers right of the lane line. Pivots at the elbow right side. Flings St. Superi. Steps into a left wing three. No. Follow jam attempt goes begging for Grant Foster. Picked up by Burnett. As Cadeau refastens that right sneaker, Burnett trudges into the left block. Pauses the dribble. Now to Mara, high left wing. Holds the ball above his 7'3" frame. Dribbles, underhand lead. Johnson crunches straight on. Mara an easy underhand flip, and Johnson another dunk. 67-35 Michigan, 13:46 left.
Okay, Morez just doesn't stand around. He's a body that's going to be moving at all times.
Left point, Venters with a 3-ball that's strong. Burnett with the rebound. Michigan getting greedy, up 32. Cadeau catches a tough pass from Burnett right baseline. Cadeau underhands it over. Here's Johnson, another lay-in low on the right. 69-35 Wolverines, pouring it on in the Players Era title tilt. Grant Foster one-on-one into a double team. Skip right side, St. Superi. Around a screen from EK. Bounces inside. Here's Grant Foster, tough leaner goes. Boy, everything Gonzaga's made tough. That's their first points in 3 game minutes.
Yeah, I tell you what. In this tournament period, nothing has came. Michigan hasn't gave anybody anything easy.
Right side, Burnett dials up from distance and cashes it in again. Wow. 72-37. Mark Few, he's not keeping any timeouts on his route back to Spokane. Uses another. He could use 10 more. 72-37 Michigan with 12:51 left. Wolverines ready for a title. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Hometown feel and big-time winning. That's Saginaw Eagles Landing, the place where everyone greets you with smile after smile. In the casino, at the restaurants, or in the hotel, this is a getaway that makes you feel right at home. We've got hundreds of slots, great food, and a comfy place to stay. So come on in and see what the good times are all about. Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly.
Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Hey Wolverine fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go Wolverines! SeatGeek.
What a clinic here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Michigan 72, Gonzaga 37. With the national champion Terry Mills and our host Rob Joyce, I'm Brian Bush. Michigan well on its way to its first 3-game and 3-day Thanksgiving time tournament win since the battle for Atlantis in 2019. Remember, that was a pretty comprehensive effort from Michigan. They beat Iowa State by 7, North Carolina by 9, and then their most lopsided win was against the Zags 82-64. This is in a different stratosphere. 40-point win, 30-point win. Now they're up 72-37.
Man.
This is why they pay you the big bucks, Terry. What the heck's going on? Inside, a jam low on that right side by Jalen Worley. I mean, it is mind-boggling in a perfect way. Cadeau with it, out there with Cheddar, Johnson, Burnett, and McKinney. Cheddar, a left wing 3. In and out. Offensive board in the grasp of Johnson, then he bobbles and loses it. Picked up by St. Superi. First time out there, Davis Fogel, the freshman for Gonzaga. Free throw line, Huff. Leans in, tough hook shot, didn't get it to go, and a loose ball foul on Michigan. 12-13 left, 72-39 Wolverines.
Yeah, when you look at Morez Johnson Jr., I mean, just his IQ of playing basketball, period, is just off the charts. I mean, he's just walled up there. I mean, he picks and chooses his spots when he's going to block shots, but just that strong wall up there caused Huff to miss that shot.
Inbound to the right corner, Emmanuel Inochinte back out there, his first second-half stint. Now Fogel, free throw line shot fake, Smith. English is the pass, high block left, Braden Huff. Leading scorer with 12, playing with 4 fouls. Hooks one over Cheddar and scores it. Give him 14, and 72-41, Michigan's lead down to 31. McKinney spins into the forecourt for the Wolverines. Battling against Inochinte. Lumbers left baseline, almost dribbled it out of bounds, bothered and then fouled, or lost it. Then McKinney fouled Fogle. Good talking point there for Dusty May to have with Trey McKinney on this media timeout stoppage. Wolverines, 63% shooting, bludgeoning Gonzaga, 72-41 here in the Players Era Championship game. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Your official home of the Maize and Blue, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.44 remaining until those Michigan players' wallets are a little bit fatter. 72-41. Winner of the Players Era gets $1 million of additional NIL opportunities. And boy, I think it'll be fun for these guys to do some reliving of the Players Era because Michigan's up by 31 one day after beating Auburn by 30 and 2 days after beating San Diego State by 40.
Yeah, when they say come and get the bag, that's exactly what they came to do. They came and got the bag.
And how about the job Justin Joyner has done with this scouting report on less than a day's notice, going back to his time at St. Mary's, working against Gonzaga for so many years. Zags have been the best in the West Coast Conference by a lot, but the Gale's the only team that's really been close. McKinney dropped there, bothered a pass that was deflected, and then Fogle punched it out of bounds.
Yeah, and Will Cheddar is his normal self. Energy hasn't went down, not one bit.
He has not smiled anytime he's been on that floor.
No, high-fiving on a defensive stop.
McKinney, left wing, with those bright pink neon sneakers, gets bumped 40 feet away. And that sends Trey McKinney to the line. Jalen Worley too handsy there. And Worley's out.
Yeah.
5 fouls, 16 minutes.
Well, this gives an opportunity for Coach Dusty May and his staff to run Trey McKinney at the point guard position, and that's exactly what they're doing. That's why that teaching moment came up before when Trey dribbled over to Coffin corner when he got trapped, turned the ball over.
So Trey McKinney at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, knocks down the first one. Gonzaga never trailed in their 39-point win over Maryland last night, which was Maryland's worst loss since 2009. They fell by 41 at Cameron against Duke. Gonzaga led the entire second half against Bama. Swish from McKinney, 74-41 Michigan.
I haven't seen opposing teams' coaches sit almost the entire game for the last 3 games that we've had. I mean, there hasn't even been coaching and teaching moments at being behind 30, 40 points.
Left side, Fogle. Around his screen for Puff. He's out there with 4 fouls. Lendeborg almost fleeced him. Now here's Fogle, floats it up, and it was blocked at the apex by Johnson. Ball pinballs its way to Cadeau. Now Lendeborg drives in, clean runaway for a one-hand hammer, and one coming. An exclamation point for the future MVP of this Players Era Championship. Yaks getting them up here on the strip.
Man, open up the runway, man. I seen that coming from half court. It was like, look out below.
Boy, Yaks is so calm, so dialed in, so fun-loving. But you give him that, oh, he was salivating at that crunch chance. Free throw up and good. And now the chant that is stamped with approval by Dusty May. The Beat Ohio chant. Right elbow, Smith jumps it up, off to the left, rebound dislodged by Morez Johnson Jr. away from Tyan Grant Foster. Left side, Cadeau. Angles high to the left wing. Waits for a Johnson screen, flips across court McKinney. Contested right corner three, why not? 80-41 Michigan, they're up 39. Grant Foster right wing. At the point, Huff over to the left wing, Braden Smith chugs to the right elbow, steps back, 12-foot fade is a swish. 80-43, Michigan by 37 midway through the second half.
Yeah, you can just see the Michigan players are still dialed in and engaged, just talking about the mistake that just happened there.
Cheddar shot fake. He's going up, underhand leave it for Johnson. Could not corral it. Ball now into a tussle between Johnson and Grant Foster. Jump ball. Pings the possession back to Gonzaga.
Yeah, well, Grant Foster's not going to win that one, so.
No. Business decision there to settle for at best the possession arrow. Cheddar and Johnson leave. Mara and Gale return. Be sure to subscribe to the official podcast of Michigan Athletics, Go Blue Podcasts. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll have a post-game episode after this one. Thoughts from the Wolverines. Also, the preview edition of In the Trenches for Michigan-Ohio State coming up early Thursday morning. Fogle underneath the basket into a triple team. Pass deflected by Gale. Saved by Lendebourg going out of bounds on that right baseline. Still hustling despite a 37-point lead. Lendebourg has it back. Euros in the lane. Flip it left wing. McKinney a three. Oh yeah.
Why not?
40 for Michigan. Largest lead of the night. They won by 40 back on Monday night. Right side rebuttal three, St. Superi. It's too strong. Rebound loose, knocked out of bounds. Last touch, Cadeau. Cadeau saying to review, Michigan doesn't have a review because they got wrong the right challenge.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have that.
About the only thing that hasn't gone Michigan's way all week long here in Las Vegas. And hey, remember, Michigan's back here next year.
Yeah, with an option to come back the following year after that.
I think they might lock that in here sooner rather than later, right? St. Superi takes it underneath the cup, and he gets bumped. And listen, this team's having fun on the court, but there is no slowing down. I thought what Dusty May said after the game yesterday, I asked him about the effort level that Michigan had in the second half to keep pushing the envelope to win the second half. And he said, I thought it said more about our depth. Because it's just waves, relentless waves of talent that Michigan can bring in with this 9-man rotation.
Yeah, well, if you're not on top of your game, you can easily be substituted, and we can get you out of there and get somebody that wants to compete. So,
Chinte misses a right corner three. Cadeau lob it up toward Mara. Catches, banks, scores, count it and a foul. 42-point lead. It's 85-43. I mean, this is child's play right now against one of the best programs in college basketball.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen to programs like that. You just don't get beat by 40. You don't get beat by 30. I mean, there's a certain pride that comes within a program that.
My goodness. That was the fifth foul, by the way, on Braden Huff. So Gonzaga's leading scorer done. With 8:42 left and Michigan in front 85-43. Free throw from Mara, no good. Boarded by Gonzaga. Right to left charges Grant Foster. Had it taken away. Cadeau 2-on-1. Skip ahead. Lendebourg with a double clutch reverse flush. 87-43. Mark Few uses his last timeout. And he'll look for more at the casino later tonight.
Man, what's going on, man? I tell you, Yaks kind of put himself in the dunk contest there, didn't he, with that little wind up there?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my.
And he is now the first Wolverine to reach 20 points in a game this week. 87-43 Michigan, 8:29 to play. We'll pause on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Honey, did you pay the rent this month? Because I just received a late notice.
Sorry, what's that?
Wait, are you gambling online again?
Me? No, not at all.
If managing the bills and your betting has become a challenge, self-excluding from online gambling or sports betting might be for you. Learn more at don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the court, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Since 1980, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa has been a Michigan vacation tradition. A place where lake views meet legendary fairways, where spa days turn into starry nights, and where family memories last for generations. Whether it's a summer getaway, a fall color tour, or a cozy winter escape, your perfect Michigan vacation starts here. Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, a Michigan tradition since 1980. Book your getaway at grandtraverseresort.com. Proud partner of Michigan Athletics.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCAAF.
Michigan pounding what was the number one team in KenPom coming into play today, Gonzaga. It is 87-43, and Rob Joyce, you've got quite a number about just how many waves of big runs Michigan has come up with.
Yeah, right now the Wolverines are in the midst of a 7-0 run. It is the 15th time this week they've gone at least on a 7-0 run. And the funny part is the biggest run is only 12-0.
I mean, it's the same thing. Axel Endeborg, after that dunk, he's the only Wolverine who's gotten to 20 points. Right baseline, leaning floater by Grant Foster goes begging, rebound Lendeborg. Here comes Michigan right to left. Alley-oop up to Gale! He storms it down left baseline. Lendeborg dunks it, then ushers another slam. 8 minutes left, 89-43 U of M.
What is going on here?
Oh my goodness. Left point. It's Inochinte over the right wing, and Fogel, he had it poked away. Cadeau goes for another alley-oop, and that time it was smacked away by Inochinte, who spilled to the deck. Boy, I'm impressed he got right back up after that, because he took a spill to prevent another Michigan highlight jam.
Yeah, I tell you what, he sold out to make sure that didn't happen.
Good for him. He's a junior. Man, that was impressive. Tough in the paint lob. So St. Superi didn't get it to go. And then a foul coming on Michigan. Just scanning this Gonzaga team in the past, they haven't lost a game by double digits since Purdue ousted them in the Sweet 16 of the 2024 tournament en route to Purdue making the national championship game that year. Free throw up and out from Ismaila Diani, the sophomore from Senegal who's in. And I will say the other aspects here too, because Michigan only has one active walk-on right now. You got guys who are going to be coming in here soon who they're looking to earn reps, earn opportunities, maybe crack the rotation if something happens here. So, I mean, it just doesn't stop. Second free throw good, 89-44 Michigan.
Well, I think our vantage point has became a complaint department amongst our alums, because one complained about they didn't like the fight song. It didn't have enough bass in it.
Yeah.
Another one came, his complaint was more Michigan fans need to be here. So a lot of complaints going on and headed our way.
Left wing Gale, shot fake, drives in, reverses. Then he somehow pushes a one-hop pass right side. Kaysen tries three. Well, short. Rebound down to Miller and Gonzaga. What's easier than a first world problem as Miller strolls in and takes a lay-in and scores at 89-46 Michigan. That's what, a penthouse problem?
Yes, it is.
6:45 left, Michigan 89, Gonzaga 46. Right side Kaysen over to Cheddar, now left wing Burnett. Extra kick, left corner, Gale didn't take the three. Drives in on Miller who fouls him. 2 free throws for Gale. What if maybe the next evolution of this event is the final pot of money in these games is based on the margin of victory? There's $1.5 million that'll go to these two teams. The winner gets $1 million, that'll be Michigan, and then the loser of this game gets $500,000. Right now, Michigan deserves that extra $500K with how comprehensive this has been. Free throw from Gale up and good. 90-46 Michigan. Adai Mara exits. The actual Lendeborg's day is done. Oscar Goodman and Winters Grady coming in.
Also number 10, Winters Grady.
And it's going to be a unique challenge here, Terry. Between now and next Saturday, they'll take on Rutgers. Big Ten opener for Michigan. Rutgers 0-2. They have to play tomorrow because they lost both their games. Free throw good, Gale, 91-46. They got to keep pushing. They got to keep getting better. There's a long way to go this season.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're being judged on more things than you can imagine you're being judged on right now from a coaching standpoint. That you come in 30 seconds late for a film session.
St. Superior 3 over Goodman goes. 91-49 U of M, 6:12 remaining. I mean, Michigan's coaches will show that 4 turnover sequence in the first 3-4 minutes of the half probably several times with these guys.
Yes, because you're always searching for perfection, if you will.
Kaysen, straight up to shoot, lays it up and in, left block, right-handed. Too easy for LJ. That's his first bucket, so everybody in the rotation now in the books. We'll see if Goodman and Grady can get into the fun.
Yeah, I love to see LJ when he gets downhill, when he doesn't sit out there and play with the basketball.
Low on the right, missed bunny by Grant Foster, and then a foul on the floor. Loose ball foul comes on Michigan. It's on Oscar Goodman. Trey McKinney readying to check in, as is Malik Cordell, who got shorted a bucket back on Monday night. Hopefully that gets fixed.
Well, I guarantee you every player on this Michigan team, whether you didn't score, you didn't play, all of them still have the same feeling about this win. It's not, well, I didn't get a chance to play, or I didn't get a shot. You know, you don't hear those type of things.
Free throw strong on the front end of the 1-and-1 there by Grant Foster. LJ Kaysen storms in, floats it up, too strong. Couldn't get his own rebound. Boarded by Diani. Up ahead, Miller. He jump stops and gets bumped going to the bucket. 5:24, halted second half clock, 93-49. Gonzaga has never led, and their largest run of the game, 4. 4. And Gonzaga probably going to be a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. They were really, really good.
Yeah, well, this is what you call an old-fashioned beatdown. What is what you call this?
Miller pops the first one out on the free throw. Well, while we have a moment, what's your Michigan-Ohio State prediction, Terry Mills?
3 points the Wolverines' way, low-scoring affair.
Okay. Will we see snow? Do you think the forecast is going to have it late in the game?
Yeah, you're going to see snow because I'm not going to the game. I'm well aware that it's going to snow. A lot of people ask me, are you going? Are you going to go tailgate? No, it's going to snow.
There you go. Right wing. Grady tries a 3 off the front iron, boarded by Diani. 93-50 Michigan, 5:05 remaining. Michigan well on its way to a Players Era title. Alley-oop, catch, and a lay-in. Reverse style by Tyon Grant Foster. Tough play there, 93-52. Grady, other side, 3-ball, yes. Same spot, different result from Grady, 96-52, maize and blue.
Yeah, and they know that he can shoot the basketball. And his teammates advance that ball up with the quickness to find winners wide open.
Right baseline, crossover bounce. Grant Foster steps back over Goodman, bricks the three, Case in the board. He fell to the deck, kept his dribble, props himself back up. Grady, heat check, right wing three, off to the left. And Ioni comes up with another board, the sophomore. So Michigan by 44. The Wolverines are testing my addition and subtraction, I'll tell you that. Streaking to the cup, no good on the layup is St. Superi. Up ahead from Case into McKinney, left wing, in front of the Michigan bench. 4:06 left, free throw line McKinney, and he walks with it. Didn't quite know what he was doing in that sequence, and it's back to Gonzaga on Michigan's 12th turnover. They had 4 in the first half.
Yeah, and that's what I don't want to see, whether it's not quality time or not. Don't start with those turnovers. Don't practice bad habits.
The We Want Charlie chant starting, and the Michigan bench is in on it as well. Inocente, feed the post, Diani, working on Cordell. Hook shot, well short, good defense from the German. 7'2", 275 stands Malik Cordell. Kaysen slithers free throw line, right side McKinney, shot fake, got his man up, steps to the left, shoots a three off the heel. Michigan will have to wait for their 14th triple tonight, but the back tap rebound comes back to McKinney at that center circle. McKinney, left elbow with Michigan up 44, drives in, easy lay-in low on the right, and McKinney's up to 15. He's second on the ball club.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good clear out by Malik Cordell to be able to hold that defender off and create a lane.
Drive in, shot fakes St. Superi, loses the handle, saved by Inocente left wing. The cheers you hear is for Charlie May. He's at the scorer's table. Floater no good by Inocente, boarded by Diani. Underhands it in toward Adam Miller, who lays it in. Yes, count it in the foul. And that brings us to our final media stoppage. 98-54, 3:03 to play. One chant from the Michigan faithful will be rewarded. Charlie May coming in when we come back on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
At Greenleaf Trust, we're prepared to help you win. Our clients, having achieved financial success in their own endeavors, come to us not for what they already know, but rather to benefit from our considerable expertise. With a nearly 100% client retention rate and specialized wealth management disciplines, Greenleaf Trust's team helps clients play the long game, from one generation to the next. A brighter future begins at greenleaftrust.com.
Subscribe to the official podcast home of Michigan Athletics and Go Blue Podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Introducing Celsius, the energy you need for Michigan basketball. Pop open a can of Celsius and experience a refreshing taste made with proven ingredients, zero sugar, and essential vitamins, helping you keep up with every play and celebration. Whether you're in the Chrysler Center or cheering from your couch, Celsius keeps you energized for every basket. Find Celsius at a retailer near you or at Celsius.com. Celsius. Live fit. Go.
There is nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your team. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud sponsor of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
To 54. Michigan just taking it to Gonzaga here tonight. Wolverines will win this Players Era Championship. They'll get $1 million of NIL money in 3 minutes, 3 seconds. And we're keeping it here for the rest of the game. This last call is presented by Founders Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, welcome to craft. Brian, Terry, and Rob with you. Stay tuned for our post-game show. There will be a trophy ceremony and an MVP trophy ceremony. And I have to imagine it'll be Axel Lendeborg who will earn that as Miller cashes in the and one, 98-55. And we're in uncharted territories here in terms of A blot over Gonzaga as Charlie May gets a nice ovation from the crowd. Rob Joyce, star in our studio, sharing this one, that the last time Gonzaga lost by 30, 1990, fadeaway McKinney, and it crawls out. Back tap rebound, Cordell flipped it to himself. Flip over Grady, jumping pass right side, McKinney ponders a deep three. Over to Goodman, left pocket.
Uh-oh.
He'll take it strong. Leave it, Cordell went for the dunk, lost the handle. Oh, that'd have been an emphatic 100. Instead, it's Gonzaga's ball. McKinney saves it along that far sideline, but picked off by Braden Smith. Left point, Smith alone, a three. Off to the left, rebound McKinney. But it was Loyola Marymount in Mark Few's GA year, his first year at Gonzaga. They lost by 30 in the West Coast Conference Tournament, one that they've won now 21 times under Few. Free throw line, McKinney. Lob pass intercepted here by Venters all the way to the other end, and he's fouled pretty hard by McKinney. 2 free throws coming up. In the last 40-point loss for the Zags, December of 1987. Boise State did it to him.
Man, you are going back to the archives, aren't you?
That's Rob Joyce, best in the business back there, man. We're lucky. We are lucky, thankful to have him. I mean, I can go back pretty far. I don't think I'd have found 1987 in there.
Yeah, I tell you. It just doesn't happen to these type of teams.
Free throw up and good. 98 to 56, Michigan. Davis Fogel in for Gonzaga. But you look out there again, no Howard Isley, he's banged up. No Harrison Hochberg, same deal. So, I mean, Michigan's got a 4-star freshman, a 4/5-star freshman, depending on the publication you looked at. 2 really unique international prospects in Cordell and Goodman, and then Charlie May, who's as sharp as they come, as Michigan's lone walk-on on the floor. Grady, right point, a 3 for the century mark. Thuds off the heel. Back tap rebound, though, by Cordell to May. And he gets fouled. So Charlie May's going to the line for a couple. We'll see if Dusty's kid can give himself 4 and 5 points on the year and give Michigan 100 points tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned it. I mean,
no doubt.
He went out and ran down a rebound.
So Charlie May at the stripe, playing in his 4th game already. First one up. Yes, sir. Silky smooth from Charlie. 99-57. 144 left for 100. May's second, too strong. Rebound to Gonzaga. Right to left for the Zags. Here in this championship game at the Players Era in Las Vegas. Free throw line, Inochinte able to rattle home a little floater there from 7. 99-59 U of M with $1:24 remaining. McKinney stops left elbow to Cordell. Skip it into McKinney, laid it up and in. 101 for Michigan, now 17 for McKinney, and a pretty much flawless week, capped off with another century mark. Diani went for a jam, didn't get it to go, but he got fouled.
Yeah, how about the pass by Malik Cordell, being able to drop him a pocket pass off there to Trey McKinney.
I mean, just the selflessness, the ball movement. It's a joy to watch. These guys have so much fun competing with one another, competing against one another in practice. Free throw, no good. 101-59 Michigan. Again, Gonzaga never led in this one. They're shooting 33%. And the second, too strong. Rebound Fogel. Gonzaga with it with 103 left. Fade away at the free throw line, and he swishes it down.
Davis Fogel, 1 minute remaining.
Davis Fogel there, little McLovin fade away, 101-61 Michigan.
Yeah, well, one thing I did predict right. I said Michigan would win the game, but winning by this margin, I didn't predict that.
May charges in the free throw line. Pass to Flex, but gets to McKinney high on the right wing. Maybe May's hunting a shot. McKinney at the point. Look over toward May. Now flip it right corner. Grady up fake. Spinning right baseline. Shot clock at 4. Contested 3. In and out. Back tapped by Cordell. Out of bounds. It'll go to Gonzaga. 26.8 left, final possession coming up here. As the Wolverines scoring 100 in back-to-back games for the first time since 1989. Again, Terry's senior year. Left corner, 3-ball up and no good from Venters. Rebound, Grady. And there it is. 40 points on Monday, 30 points on Tuesday, and a 40-point beatdown of Gonzaga to win the Players Era Championship, 101-61, Michigan over Gonzaga.
I tell you, this team brings back so many memories, man, and I tell you what, this team deserves it. We see them work every single day, and you can just see their body language right now. They're happy they're won, but they're not jumping around. Balloons are not flying. This is all business, man, and I haven't seen this in a team in a long time, that a team is very professional as this team is.
Pretty darn special here from Michigan. The Wolverines get it done by 40 over Gonzaga. Stay tuned for our postgame. Rob Joyce brings you all the coverage. He'll break it down with T. Mills, highlights, stats, and an out-of-town scoreboard check. Michigan, Players Era champions. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
We asked our team, why did you choose to work for Michigan Medicine? Here are some of their answers.
Being able to interact with patients, offer them hope, and hopefully giving them care that they couldn't receive anywhere else is the biggest thing.
Because it's the best of the best. We have great benefits, we have great leadership.
I love what I do. This is a place where you want to be if you're looking to make change.
To our team, we say, thank you for choosing us. We shape the future of healthcare together at Michigan Medicine.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls, available in spirit, wine, and malt. 15% alcohol by volume. Buzz Balls LLC, Carrollton, Texas.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
And the Wolverines win the Big Ten Tournament Championship, and they forge a lifelong bond.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Get ready. The year-end sales event is here. Right now, check out the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months, with only $369 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title taxes and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Payment includes $1,000 RCL cash, $1,000 Open Trade Assist, and $500 AXZD BFG Open Bonus Cash. Offers are only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd. See dealer for qualifications and details. So right now during the year-end sales event, lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend for $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
It's time to break down today's Michigan basketball game. Welcome to the postgame show. Highlights, stats, and interviews are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
Well, Ludacris once said, looking, smelling, feeling like $1 million. Michigan, stand up. Win the Players Era, get an extra $1 million in NIL money, sends a statement to the rest of college basketball. 3 days, 3 blowouts by a combined 110 points. Tonight, 101-61 the final over Gonzaga. Coming up, full game recap, highlights included. Yeah, there were a lot of them. Give you the box score here from head coach Dusty May, and a Michigan player right now. They're being awarded the Players Era Tournament Championship trophy on the court. As always, we rejoin Terry Mills from Vegas. Terry, it seems impossible, right? Like if we'd have talked before the game Monday and said, hey, Michigan's going to win 3 games and 30 points would be their smallest margin, like, that doesn't seem like real life.
No, I would have to say that you're crazy, as anybody would have thought that. But I tell you what, this team earned it. I think that whatever the record book, this won't happen ever again. Trust me. To win by that margin, especially with the talent that was here. I mean, I think they said something about 10 of the 18 teams was in the top 25. I mean, that's unheard of, and for Michigan to plow through that like this is special.
It's time to spotlight tonight's Best in the Game, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game, and is proud to be Wolverines. Terry Mills, I mean, like, which is your favorite child? Which Beatles album was the best? Which Picasso painting is the best? Like, it seems impossible. Who you got for Best in the Game?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Yax. He's getting the MVP trophy right now, and giving all the kudos to his players and his teammates and the coaches, and tell you, he's a very likable person. Just for what he's brought to the table has been special. I mean, it kind of like he just fits right in as being a Michigan man. You know, I mean, he doesn't shy away from talking to people. He doesn't shy away from taking every picture, signing every autograph. He's a special talent, and I'm glad to have him on this team.
I mean, Michigan scored 297 points in 3 games, and the Axe tonight was the first one to score more than 17. I mean, the depth of this team for the full 40 minutes, whether it was the starters, the early reserves, or the late reserves, this was a complete 1 to basically, 13 effort? However many they played.
Yeah, but I mean, just very efficient. I mean, the team was efficient. I mean, you just don't have players out here hunting shots and, you know, I got to get my shots, I got to get my numbers. They just play the game the right way, and I get texts throughout the game from former players and, you know, players that played at a very high level, whether they're scouts or whatever it is, and just say what a joy it is to watch this team play, because they're just playing the right way. I mean, you don't have selfish basketball. They've cut down on the turnovers. Man, this is just special, man. I tell you, it's a joy for me to even call these games, because it's special. They're making my life easy, I can tell you that.
Well, the last 2 days we've talked about Morez, Yax, Trey McKinney. We talked about LJ the other night, Roddy the last couple of nights. We could talk about all of them again, but a couple of others. Elliot Cadeau tonight, 13 assists to 2 turnovers. He's not a big scorer. He probably won't be on most nights, but 13 to 2, boy, that's awfully good to. You're not going to complain with that.
No, I'm not going to complain at all. And I thought that he has that capability, and what he does is self-inflicted. What he does is gets himself in trouble by picking up a couple early fouls, and then he's got to go to the bench. And I think that he kind of gets out of the game a little bit, but he was able to stay in because he wasn't fouling. And so I was very impressed by his production here today.
And then Namari, 4 for 4 from deep. Just such a steady senior, fifth-year presence in this lineup.
Hey, man, you couldn't ask for a better person to come back. Namari, you know, he was questioning whether he wanted to come back. I'm glad he made that decision to come back, because just that veteran leadership that he gives by the way he carries himself off the court and the way he carries himself in the classroom. I mean, it's special. I think that these young players coming up can really learn from him.
Now, a week and a half until the next game, which is actually a Big Ten game, which is wild to think about, next Saturday against Rutgers. How does Michigan respond? Because as great as this was, you know, it is November, and there's a long season, but how can this catapult the Wolverines as they head into the early parts of Big Ten playing for the rest of the, next 3.5 months?
Yeah, well, I think Coach Mike Boynton said it best. I think when we won our first game of the season, I think against Oakland or something, and he said that we've got bigger fish to fry. This is not our goal. You know, our goal is at the end of the year to be there in the Final Four playing for a championship and winning it. And I think that that's kind of resonated throughout the team, and that's their attitude. I mean, I'm going to go back here. There won't be any champagne popping or anything like that. Those guys are going to be like, when we get on the bus, they're going to say, is everybody loaded up? Let's get back. I'm ready to get back home. And they're going to enjoy it for the 10 minutes that they're going to have in the locker room, and then it's back to business. And that's the way that Coach Dusty and his staff has programmed these kids.
Well, certainly a lot to be thankful for here this week. And Terry, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Safe travels back. Enjoy the little time off, and we'll talk next week.
I appreciate it, Rob. Thanks a lot. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Same to you, my friend. 101-61. Highlights next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
This Michigan season is all about teamwork on and off the court. That's why we're thrilled to have Founders Brewing Company as a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Founders has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like Michigan Pilsner, their hazy IPA Mortal Bloom, and of course All-Day IPA right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Celebrate every three-pointer and slam dunk with the perfect pour of Founders. Learn more about Founders and where to find your go-to game day beer at foundersbrewing.com.
Our coverage of Michigan hoops continues after this word from your local station here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Every day is game with the Michigan Lottery. Choose your favorite way to play with the Detroit Lions Instant Game Fast Cash Pull Tab, an online game with chances to win up to $500,000. Michigan just won $1 million tonight in NIL money. 101-61, the final over Gonzaga, the first team in AP poll history to defeat consecutive ranked teams by at least 30+. And both of them were 40. Or check that. One of them was a 30-point win yesterday. Today, a 40-point win. Time to look back at the highlights of tonight's romp. Michigan in the Players Era Championship game against Gonzaga. Both teams coming off blowout victories last night to advance to the title game based on point differential. Wolverines used early runs in each of the first two games this week. Well, that continued into tonight. The first 5 points belonged to the Maize and Blue. Yaxo Lendeborg connected on a couple of threes, and 3 minutes into the game, the Wolverines took a double-digit lead.
And then he loses it. Cadeau with the rip away, deflects to Lendeborg. Up ahead, Cadeau, 2-on-2. Cadeau takes it all the way, streaks and scores low on the right. 13-3 Michigan. There's the timeout bucket. Mark Few has to stop it after Michigan starts right where it picked up back on Monday and Tuesday.
13-3, 3 minutes in. Zags scored a bucket out of that timeout, and then Michigan went on a run right after. Wolverines led by double digits for the final 15 minutes and 50 seconds as they try to run away with it again early, just like the prior two nights.
Give right wing Gale. Drives in on his defender. Now backs him down. It's Emmanuel Inochinte. Spins on him. Easy lay-in on the right block for 2. It's 20-5 Michigan on Gonzaga.
Wolverines made 10 of their first 12 shots. The lead peaked at 17 at one point, 27-10 in the opening 10 minutes before the Bulldogs started to make some shots, got back to within 13. Thought maybe if they could string together a couple of stops, might have ourselves a ball game. Instead, Michigan started getting hot from deep. First, the freshman Trey McKinney, then a fifth-year senior.
Wolverines 30, Gonzaga 14, 10:50 to play first half of the championship game here at the Players Era in Las Vegas. Left side, Burnett, he tries 3. He makes 3 from Mandalay Bay. 33-14 Wolverines. Mark Few needs another timeout.
33-14 midway through the first half, rolling up by 19, and then after 90 minutes of basically what seemed like perfect basketball, a little hitch, a 3.5-minute scoring drought, the Zags' Braden Huff tried to will the Zags back in almost single-handedly under 4 timeout. It was down to a 14-point game, 42-28, and then the Wolverines turned on the afterburners. The Zags didn't score in the final 3.5 minutes of the first half, and that allowed the U of M to ultimately not only grow the lead back up, they actually took their largest lead of the first half into the locker room.
Right side, Venter, slip it over toward Huff, deflected, intercepted, picked up by Lendeborg. No look feed left wing, Burnett, sights a 3, and knocks it down. Even on the reconsider, Namari cashes it home. 53-29 Michigan, 30 seconds left first half.
Closed the half on a 9-0 run, and it was 53-29 at the break. That defense carried over into the second half. Zags missed their first 4 shots. Between the end of the first, start of the second, the Bulldogs missed 12 straight field goals, went scoreless for over 6 minutes. Wolverines a slow start themselves to the second half, committed 4 quick turnovers, but make no mistake, there was no comeback coming.
Left side, Kaysen, whip it in, Johnson crunches over St. Superi. Oh, what a find, and Morez Johnson Jr., bad intentions, 59-35 Michigan.
That came 5 minutes into the half. It sparked another run. Then Michigan went into the bonus with 14.5 minutes left. A Daimara free throws pushed the lead above 30, and it was officially a laugher.
Pauses the dribble. Now to Mara, high left wing. Holds the ball above his 7'3" frame. Dribbles, underhand lead. Johnson crunches straight on. More an easy underhand flip. And Johnson another dunk. 67-35 Michigan, 13:46 left. Right side, Burnett dials up from distance and cashes it in again. 72-37. Mark